Welcome back to session 28 of Echoes of the Astral Sea. Last time we left off, the party discovered where Malice Kalani is, fought her axe spirit, got teleported into the depths by a great fairy, and now they're about to face off against Lionel. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right into that.
Let's go.
Oh, goodness. Woohoo.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mads, how you doing?
I'm doing. How about y'all?
You know what?
Right, get the Lionel.
Going about as well as I could possibly go at the moment. Why is Legion on a separate thing?
I did not mean to put him on a separate thing. Let me remove him.
He
That
is
was a
on
mistake.
another plane of existence.
Oh, that was a mistake. I put Legion in the thing instead of Emeria.
Oh,
Remove Legion. There we go.
You're now a minion, I guess.
All right,
There we go.
Emeria, do my
I
bidding.
swear if I go last. Oh, hey, I go second to last.
All right, Vagar, you're up
shit.
first.
Actually, Varut has a 6 because his Dex mod is not in there.
Whatever. It doesn't
Yeah.
actually change the thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Oh
at
yeah,
all.
it doesn't.
It doesn't at all.
I wasn't looking at the.
Anyways,
bar.
Vagar, it's your turn first.
Oh,
There's a big ugly horse centaur lion thing wearing rock armor that is angry at you.
I am going to stay ranged for now. Scope out what that thing can do. So
Okay.
I am just going to take out my crossbow and hit it. That's a nat 20.
Holy cow!
Nat
lady.
20. Okay.
First roll of the evening.
First
Yes.
attack. First attack
Ignore
roll
me.
tonight is
First
a crit.
actual roll of it. That's not initiative.
I'm just happy that
Okay,
she's
so-
hitting on not us.
But then you got an extra 8.
I keep on freaking. D8, you said? Or 8?
Extra
Well,
8.
you're not an extra D8, you just get an extra 8 because it was a crit.
That's
Unless
15
you're using
damage
your
total. And
Yep,
then
and
are you using a Crimson Right?
no, I'm just scoping this guy out first.
Okay. You see some of the rock armor crack as you shoot it.
Ooh, okay. Cool. Yeah. That's to notch up another arrow. That's my other action, so. That's all for me.
Kalani.
All right. Let's see here. Yikes, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I can get to him. Let's see. Let's get him a nice old case of the.
Ooh, that is overproofed.
A nice old case of the handholds. Get him a nice little
Hand-holding
crushing grip.
In my
Yep.
game?
And I'll be back for that in just a second. I need to put this bread in the oven. Where are my oven mitts?
Making bread.
I'm making banana bread specifically.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'll be back in just a minute, Joey.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna say something controversial.
I don't
Neon
care that you broke your
Genesis
elbow.
Evangelion
Oh.
is not good.
Who?
It insists upon itself.
You're telling this to a person that has Asuka's spear tattooed on her back.
Yes, that hits.
Spear of Longinus?
That hits.
Spear of Longinus on your back?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
hits. That hits. Roll damage.
Excellent.
I understand where the Evangelion slander's coming from. I understand though.
Understandable. It does have good visuals though.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Don't
wow,
for a
max
second
damage.
try to tell me it's deep.
All right. So that's some max damage ouchies. Now let's see what is a good thing to do again. You know what? Priority. It's wearing armor. Don't like that. Wearing stone. I say that I give him a good old. I say I. Actually, is he close enough to that? I don't think I'll get away with impaling him on these things. Because their branches look a lot softer than a dried, withered tree in the middle of the desert.
Oh, these things here?
But you know what? No, these trees.
Oh, yeah.
Their branches look a lot softer than a desert tree. But you know what a tree is still good for? Bludgeoning.
Like being
So I'm gonna give. So I'm
If
gonna
they
use the. So if you'll
want to
excuse
throw
me,
'em against.
I'm gonna throw him against that tree and see if I can't use it as a whetstone to break that armor.
Okay.
Let's
Roll
see.
damage.
Yep. This is a saving throw.
I mean, it would be the tree that makes the saving throw, so.
Oh, okay.
Like,
all
the
right
thing
then.
you throw just
We-
takes damage. It doesn't get a
Mhm.
save. Because
All right.
you threw it. It hit the ground very hard.
Mhm.
All right.
Physics and all. Bonk.
Okay.
I guess it make the same.
Wow.
Two
Not a
ones
lot.
and a two.
All right.
Round missed.
That's why
Yeah.
it's so low. You had
Apparently.
2 ones and a 2.
It is prone now.
Yep. And yep. And with that, I'm gonna call that there for the time being.
Okay. Lionel's gonna stand back up, obviously.
He's mad.
Yeah, he is. How many attacks does he get?
Idiot.
3.
Oh,
Ouch
Jesus.
time.
First attack does not hit. Second
I'm not
attack does not hit. Third attack. That's a 23 to hit.
Ouch.
Oh, whoop.
Oh wait, we didn't get a long rest, did we?
No.
Nope.
Okay, so I still need that then. Okay.
16 damage.
16?
Mm-hmm. And I'm not going
Alright.
to be doing gloom things. That's just too much complication for what's supposed to be a quick little warm-up fight.
Fair enough.
It's the Lionel. Okay.
Yes,
I need to-
it is a blue Lionel. It's nothing crazy.
Okay.
Nilo,
Sorry, I
your
had to
turn.
move for a second to find out where
All
Ivo
right.
is.
Sorry, my desk was wobbling. I tried to readjust it. Let's see. Let's give it a Nah. Nothing quite that fancy yet. We got a bigger, nastier fight ahead. Let's go with
Bigger fish to fry.
let's go with you know what? I'm gonna see if I can't combo attack this. First of all, let's that's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's what I want. Ah, okay. So I can. Nilo, head this way. Nilo, perform Thunder Punch.
Okay.
Yeet.
Yes. Yes. Let
What-
me perform.
What's it called?
I
Your
perform the
character's big
Thunder Punch, and no, I don't.
miss.
Mm-hmm.
No, I
Swing and a
don't.
miss.
Okay.
Legion.
Luckily, this Lionel does not have legendary actions. Don't worry.
Yeah, just like Legion. Please roll better than me.
Well, he can't do any
Let's
worse.
see.
Also, by the way, I'm
Really?
gonna say that when the Lionel did the swings, it just swung its sword 3 times really quick in quick succession, and Kalani backflipped over the first 2 swings.
Glorious.
Like in full armor and everything.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, I mean, it tracks. Link is somehow able to backflip when the magic armor's deactivated, and that stuff's clearly weighing him down.
Mhm.
I don't know how he can do that, but he can do that. So, Legion, shoot, face, please.
Much
Yes.
better.
Legion. Excellent. I didn't have his stats up. There they are. Legion. Do. Ah. Just double check. 2d6 plus 3. Yes.
Oh, dear.
All right. Yes.
Very
Better.
mediocre.
Okay.
And Legion, fire again. There's only one target.
No, that does not hit.
Big sad. That's all from me.
That one does. You do see that one hit the armor and just like glance off of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's
Right.
the in-game way of saying this thing's AC is going to go down when you break its armor.
Yeah.
What?
Bradley, your turn.
As Commander Cody says in episode 3, blast him. And we'll
lot of
throw a
people say that.
crippling strike on there.
Okay.
That's the deck save. Yep.
What's the DC on that?
15.
It fails.
Hooray! Its speed is 0 and it takes an extra 3 damage.
That'd be an epic combo attack, but I don't know if that would work necessarily.
And then I blast him again. Never mind, I don't blast him. Big
Mads,
sad.
what are you doing stealing all our luck?
All right.
Sorry.
Emiria?
Usually I roll like shit, and I
You get to
wish I
quit and
did.
exchange.
I don't want to be
Dice had to
first,
balance it out by giving us
You're fine, you're fine.
especially with a nat 20.
Yeah. The dice had to balance out your critical hit by giving the rest of us 2 crit fails.
I don't want that. Give me
Okay.
all
Wait,
crappy rolls.
Emiria.
Bless
Emiria,
on
time to fight.
Varut. Kalani? No, not Kalani. Let's actually, yeah, Varut, Kalani, and Vagar.
Okay, we're gonna do this icon for bless.
All right.
What does Bless do?
Plus
That
a
gives you
D4.
+4 to attack.
Plus D4 to
Ah,
attack
To attack
rolls and
rolls and
saving throws.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, in case we need to do stuff like that. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Out of curiosity, is Bane one of your ones that you have prepared? Because I mean, you're an artificer; you can prepare from any list.
No, these are all just from my from my
Pale Master.
pale master list.
I believe Bane is
Okay.
also on the occult spell list. Bless is not
Okay.
normally on the occult spell list, but is it? Yeah, no, it is. It is. Anyways,
It is. It's what is it? Okay. Flesh Golem. Go smite my enemies.
Beat him up.
Swarm, get over there. You stay there, foot soldier. Where we need at least one person alive. Ivo, I guess you can move over here. And Isaiah, I need someone to body block for me in case things go expectedly awry. Okay, so turbo attack. Okay. Manage. Bobby, that's just a. Which one did I write for that? You don't have that one. You have that one though. Ivo, yours is made at normal, and Isaiah, you're not doing anything. All right.
okay. Clawswarm hits. Clawswarm is the only thing that hits.
Understandable.
Big sad.
Anything else?
Nope, that is action and
Okay.
bonus action.
Root.
Okay. Let's blast him.
Give him the stuff.
Pew pew.
Yeah, I think a 30 hits.
I would hope so.
I would be
Disintegrate
most
him,
alarmed
or at least his
if it did
armor.
not.
Yes, you did break.
Oh,
you did
nice.
just break his armor.
Huzzah!
Excellent. His
Now,
rock armor is
go again.
gone.
We'll do that icon for armor broken. I know it says
Yeah.
surprised.
Oh.
Yeah, you see
Pew,
you
pew.
see the armor break off, and you see that his skin is blue. Yes, a 17 does hit now.
Hooray!
But
4d10. Oh. Bang. How about them apples? Bonus action, battle meditation.
house is
Okay.
blue.
Vagar.
Okay. So yay. Okay. So then I am going to. Let's see. Do I want to go here? I think I'll go right. 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, that's my whole thing. I'm gonna take my silver sword, and I am going to cast the Crimson Rites with acid damage.
Okay, you will have to roll for
And
that.
yes, I do.
Whoops.
Fudge, what was my final sacrifice
D6.
one again? D6, thank you.
It's whatever your right die is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Only 1 damage! Let's go!
Yeah.
To myself! Yeah! Paper cut.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah!
What?
Okay,
The
and
Put the
then I
flesh
am...
wound.
Exactly!
You have advantage on this attack roll,
Okay, cool,
You
perfect.
also have a
and you add a D4 to it.
you-
Not that it matters.
yes.
Yeah, okay. I can save it for the next one.
You add
You
it
add
to
it to
every
all of
attack
them.
roll.
Anyways,
Okay, cool.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
19.
Go ahead
Okay.
and roll damage. That hits.
Okay, there's that. And then the second attack.
Okay. Check.
That hits.
Crit fish. Oh no, you don't get advantage. Oh no, you do get advantage. You're flanking.
Flanking. Yep.
We do.
Well, on
crit
my
fish.
screen,
Nope.
that
Okay.
that D8
So
was
then,
just went to town like
so
a
it's
Beyblade.
17.
Nice.
17 damage. And that's all from the boy.
No.
Alrighty, Kalani.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let me commence
This is
a
bad move.
grapple axe double attack, and I have an idea for what to. And I kind of have an idea, and I want to see if I can execute it. Probably won't work the way I want it to, but it also just sounds like an awesome combo move. So I just want to do it anyway, just see if it works.
Okay.
So I'm gonna first of all, he's getting a nice handshake again.
Oh, add a D4.
You don't need the
He
D4.
gets
You are flanking though.
Yes.
Ah,
So fish for a crit. Nope. Okay.
all right.
Roll damage.
Yeah, and it's not in the. Ah. There we go. Ooh, max damage again. All right, and now for just to make sure I have that ready in my head. Ah. Now for an axe attack.
Okay. With advantage still. Okay, that hits. Roll damage. Also, he gets knocked prone because you had advantage on the attack roll.
Ouch. And if I'm not mistaken, she has a third one, doesn't she?
Yep.
Yes. And so that is one more axe
Yep,
attack.
one
Grip
more
is
attack.
staying in place. I'll go ahead and roll the advantage.
That does hit. Add an extra D8 of damage because you have advantage and it is already prone.
All right, I'll just roll 3d8 for this one. Excuse me. That's 16. Ouch, and that should be it for Kalani maintaining grip.
Okay.
Also footing. Try to maintain footing.
So the Lionel is going to try and break your grapple. So make it. So what did I say the escape DC was on that?
Let me double check that real quick. Let's see.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's definitely higher than 13. He fails to break your grapple, and that was his action. So Nilo, your turn.
So this is where it's going to get fun, because I wanted to, I want to say I grappled him by the horn.
Okay.
Because what I want to do is first of all, we trying again, all right? Thunder punch.
You are flanking now.
Yeah.
And a battle meditation.
Multiple sources of advantage because battle meditation, flanking.
Yep, a
prone.
22 hits. How far does that push him?
Just 10 feet.
Okay.
Yay!
Well, I'm gonna roll.
I like the idea.
I'm gonna roll a con save for him to see if it breaks Kalani's grapple or if it rips his horn out. Because I know that's what that's what you're planning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it rips his horn out. I mean, yeah, that breaks Kalani's grapple,
That
obviously.
is what we call it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me roll some damage for that. This is going to deal a lot of damage, to be clear.
Yeah. Hey,
It actually failed that save with a nat 1. So you see that the horn pulled out a lot of flesh with it.
Oh, so you're saying like how some of those animals they have like an actual like there's like a part of their skull that goes into the horn that's not actually supposed to be part of the horn, but you're saying that Kalani just took that with it.
Pretty much. I need to do some math
That is what we call an owie.
Oh, ouch.
Brain trauma, anyone?
Oh, there it is. I forgot where I put my
Nilo, I
forgot where I put my thunder
wave. Yeah, roll damage real quick, Nilo.
Yeah, let me do that real quick.
I think you just gave this TBI.
So, Nilo, that's actually exact damage. So this thing gets the horn ripped out. You see it kind of struggle to rise, pawing at the spot where the horn used to be, and then it just collapses dead on the ground.
Meanwhile, Kalani's just standing there like the effing Terminator.
Yeah, Kalani, you are now holding a very bloody blue Lionel. Which horn were you grabbing?
Let me flip a coin. Heads, it's the sword. Tails, it's the
mace.
Tails, it's the mace. Looks like sword.
Okay, you are now holding a very bloody blue Lionel saber horn.
Yep. I'm actually gonna like regard the horn.
We're just gonna walk up and be like,
they've grown more dangerous.
We're just gonna walk up and be like, well, that makes 2 of those I've now seen you rip apart. Still as messy as the first time.
Can't take the credit for this one. Places a hand on Nilo's shoulder. Impressive hit.
Bigger's gonna go over to the Lino.
Clearly, she's still a bit nervous.
Start opening it
with the lady who
nearly
just
like side-eyeing Nilo's gauntlet is like, you sure you don't have a seismic bomb in there?
I wish to give.
It's just a simple application of Mass Effect fields.
I've seen seismic bombs do less damage than that.
Normally, things aren't holding them.
Yeah, we'll go over what parts you get from the Lionel after session.
Fair enough.
And the Molduga parts because we never went over that.
Oh, good.
Oh, right. You wanted me to.
You did post rolls that were needed, but I don't know if they ever got made.
Yeah, they never got made.
I saw them in the middle of the night, and I was like, I am moving.
So, anyways, you strip down the Lionel. I'll say you get a short rest.
All right.
Because I'm not that cruel. I think I want you to all at least have that.
19?
Short
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah,
I
sometime
forget how
19.
many hit dice I have, and I don't think I should have about the amount of hit dice equal to my proficiency mod, right?
Equal
equal to
to
your level.
you should have 20 for Kalani, and you should have 8 for Nilo.
Okay. So I'm just gonna roll one of those for Nilo real quick.
Yeah, that's a roll the other one. Hey, back up at max health. Woohoo!
Heck yeah, baby. Let me just see if I can do the same for Nilo, because I'd rather go in with
Okay.
more than the life, the universe, and everything as my hit points. Just, out of principle.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, it is not a d20. I will re-roll that. It should be like a d8 for
It is
artificers, right?
it is a D8 for artificers. It is a D12 for Kalani
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
because she's a juggernaut, and that's the
Like-
juggernaut hit die.
Yeah. All right. That 9. What does 9 get me? That actually might put me at full. No, not quite, but that's much better than before. I'll
What are you at?
51 out of 57.
Fine.
Laughs
You know
in
what?
132 hit points and 153 hit points, respectively.
I kind of want to. No reason I
Literally,
can't.
Okay.
both of my guys are nearly triple your health.
Yeah. My. Let me. You know what? I'll go ahead and roll another one just for the sake of trying to get to max. Yeah, that does it. Just for the sake of getting to max, because I don't want to end up in a situation where I was like, oh dang, I wish I needed those. I wish I got those 6 hit points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I
Because
decided to just top off that last
one of my
9 I
last.
was down.
Anyways,
Oh shoot, I can kill Legion. Or at least I don't know how to.
I
I
Doesn't he have hit
believe.
dice? I think he has hit dice. I'll check that for you.
I think what you end up doing is you just use
I'll roll
Classes,
Kalani's real quick while we figure that
artificer.
out.
anyways, you look around in you look around in the at the area around you, and oh yeah, you can just repair Legion with the mending cantrip. So Legion's back at full.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I
Um,
do that. Slap some Omni Gel on him.
yeah. So anyways, you look around and you realize you finally look around now that the Lionel is dead, and you realize you're in a giant cavern. You can't see the top of the cavern because it's so far up and so dark, and there are several gigantic bioluminescent mushrooms around,
Lovely.
as well as strange trees, strange rock formations, and in the distance, in one direction, you see what looks like the wreckage of a giant robot of some sort.
So what you're saying is this is just golden space underdark.
Pretty much.
More or less.
Lovely.
one direction.
Also, yes, Kalani, even with the distance and the damage, you recognize it as the wreckage of Vonaboris.
Yes, she knows what it is. Let me just finish doing my maths real quick. Plus. I should spend a few more. Big boss battle.
Mm-hmm.
Big boss battle. Kalani knows.
So that's 5 plus another 26. So that's 31 you just got.
Yeah, 31. So plus. couple more.
What are you at?
I'm at 225. You know what? I'll work with 230.
Let's see.
That'll 235. That'll work.
35, so you're down 8.
Yeah.
Which,
I'll
I
work
mean, you've
with
got
that.
over 200
Yeah.
health. That's. I mean, Juggernauts do be strong.
Yep. I just wanted to make sure I have
Yeah.
half decent hit points for Kalani because this is gonna be a feat.
Yee. Anyways, does Kalani point out that that is indeed the wreckage of Naboris?
Yeah. So she's just So she looks off. She's just well. At first, she's just kind of taking in the surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
She also is just don't touch the sludge. She points out, not that any of us are stupid enough to try to pick up any.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Malice. And
Uh-huh.
that is eh, the it is direct. You should know it is simply evil given physical form.
Roots
Have
would
to
just
be more
chime in and be like,
specific.
ah, lovely.
Uh, so she looks around, kind of a little baffled that this whole place exists.
Mm-hmm.
Like
So,
even with 10,000 years having passed, this like the only thing she can think of, this had to have already been down here.
so with the mouse, what we're saying is, if Varut was a Sith, he could just supercharge himself by stepping into that, but he's not a Sith.
No,
I
no,
mean,
it would just kill him.
Okay.
probably.
It would just
I
sap
mean, it
away his life until he died.
has it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it
I'll
does
go
to
ahead
you,
and
by the way. It's out of character. It saps away your life if
manifest
you touch it.
evil, fist for evil.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So
Lovely.
Kalani will then point out the wreckage. There she lies.
Lovely. Well, off we go.
Yeah, just hit.
Varut is muttering to herself, I
Remember
am
to
not
slap.
looking forward to this at all. This is going
think
to
I
be
am?
difficult. Oh, you, one can never tell with you. I mean, you love tearing things apart, but this is going to be yourself. That's super evil.
Nilo is just kind of like feels around her neck a little awkwardly. Just kind
Is
of
that a side-eye
terrified to say.
beam?
She's kind of terrified to say anything or kind of deal with this person. Yeah, it's just like yeah, this isn't going to be a good time. Uh, so we'll yeah. Yeah, Kalani's just Kalani is yeah. She's on edge.
Mm-hmm. Varut
This
is
isn't
apprehensive.
Yeah. Anyways, you
yeah.
slowly make your way through the depths, avoiding the sludge as you go, which seems to grow more concentrated as you get closer to the wreckage. But it's never so much that you can't progress.
Yeah.
And
Worst case
eventually,
scenario, Kalani just chops down a tree.
yeah, and you
Mhm.
arrive at the wreckage with and you see a massive hole in the side that leads into the central chamber that Kalani remembers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She just is looking over the whole thing. Many may simply call you a tool. It is still terrible to see you in such a state.
That is concerning to see how concerning how big this hole is.
Nilo's
How big
actually
is
gonna. Nilo is just kind of looks straight up.
Hmm. You do see an
Hey,
opening where you can
sunlight!
see the sky in the distance.
A really, really far distance, I
Yeah,
want to point out.
it is way up.
Out. Yeah,
Mhm.
like not only did we go, not only did we, not only is there like a whole mountain above us, but like you probably could have easily fit the mountain in between where we're standing and where the base surface level of this place is and where the mountain base would be. And we also went down kind of in our own little chasm almost.
Hmm. And you also
we went
notice that you're kind of on a stony ledge. There's a giant like lake beneath you, and
Yeah.
it seems that a couple of the legs of Naboris broke off and are in the lake, so the water is electrified now.
Yeah.
lovely.
It's just like
So it's water.
yeah,
Yes.
just assessing all the damage,
Perfect.
looking at all this. It's just this is
How big is the hole in the side of Naboris?
Big enough for you to get into.
yeah.
Well, like 10 feet, 15 feet,
10 feet
close to
wide,
the
sure.
half the
It is more than big enough for you to walk into. It's just meant to be there. That's the entrance to the boss arena. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious, I was, like trying
I
to
didn't
do
even
a
have to
damage
find.
assessment to the side hull.
Oh.
Didn't even give us a boss. Didn't even make us find a boss key. She has no class. No, not you, Hannah. I'm talking about Kalani. Didn't make me find a boss key. Anyways.
What?
Anyways, Kalani's just gonna.
Varuk just sort of makes an
Yeah,
after you
Kalani turns.
gesture as he looks at
Yeah,
Kalani.
Kalani looks to the
gesturing
rest
to the
of
hole.
them. Looks to the rest of them. You don't have to follow me. Unfortunately, I think we do.
Varuk just shrugs and be like, "Wouldn't be the first crazy thing I did following you." It makes he just does that sort of circular hand motion gesture Kalani into the hole, and he'll follow after.
She kind of does a half. She kind of does like the ghost of a smile before her expression hardening again, and she unsheaths her axe.
Okay.
And
We're about to go into a dialogue encounter, but I am going to go
yeah.
get the other loaf of bread ready and put it in the oven. So I will be doing that while we're talking.
Not
All
fun.
right.
All right.
So I will. Kalani will start in first. We should probably decide
Varuk
party
just
order real quick.
briefly mutters, like half under his breath, after Kalani walks in, he's like, "Force help us all to get through this."
Some. Do you ever get the feeling the universe is treating you as a joke?
Absolutely.
Joke.
Yes.
This
I'm
is
surprised you just noticed.
Joke. I wish it was that ambivalent. Sometimes it seems to be specifically out to get us.
Yes, do not believe in such superstitions.
I'm not sure
If
where
I were
you
playing a
were
Mass
in the
Effect
world.
character, I would be side-eyeing you so bad. I'd be like, "You've had it the worst of all." But alas, that is not me.
Yeah.
Neither me is from that version of sci-fi space.
uh,
So yeah, the party order doesn't really matter. You'll be able to move around inside before the fight
Alright.
actually starts.
And if I
All right.
recall, the interior is spacious enough I could totally use jetpack shenanigans and fly around without any problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should be able to.
Because the inside is
I
ridiculously
actually have enough
large.
time to actually.
It
do
is pretty big.
Anyways, you walk in and you see a cylindrical chamber with some various platforms suspended above you. You see the spirit from before, as well as a titanic warrior.
Your mic is cutting in and out.
Oh, it is? Okay. Okay. I'll be right back then. Sorry, I need to get this in the oven get this going before it gets even more overproofed than it already is.
All
Fair
good.
enough.
Understandable.
Give us
I will be right
give us
with
a
you.
moment.
I have found my warpstone green, and now I get to spend the next 3 hours doing notchings on spears. Give me a short list of what colors mushrooms are supposed to be.
Depends on the kind of mushrooms you're looking for, but you can get white, red, purple, pink, tan. Generally, you get some. Sometimes you get some black ones. Depending on sometimes it depends on the sun exposure of the mushroom. Like sometimes they just look burned. Sometimes they get their own they just get a tan.
In a low light environment,
Talking about
what kind
Zelda
of
mushrooms or real
do I
mushrooms?
do? Real mushrooms. I have to paint a
Well,
lot of mushrooms, and I gotta figure out what
I
color they are.
I will I may alarm you by saying this, but I wasn't saying anything that doesn't exist in reality.
Yeah, mushrooms come in a lot of different colors.
There,
Yeah.
it's actually,
But I had to briefly step away, so it's just that's why I was asking.
everyone. Nah, yeah, no. He was asking what colors mushrooms are supposed to be, so I was just giving general answers because I know quite a bit about this subject. Not a ton, I will admit, but I know a bit.
Sorry about this. I should have gotten this bread baking earlier.
You're fine. You're a-okay.
Yes.
Just
We're
I'm
proceeding
taking
along
this
naturally and
opportunity to double
probably.
check that my whole setup's not gonna collapse on me if I sneeze on it wrong.
How is anyone supposed to paint all these things? Guess we'd have to do like a
Setup.
coat.
Setup. My setup is laptop in my armchair.
And this is why you disconnect so often.
Actually, no, that was because the laptop kept crashing. I fixed that with the RAM upgrade,
Ah,
which is why it hasn't done anything crazy since like last October.
I almost put cayenne in the sugar swirl in the middle instead of cinnamon.
That
Oh, you should have done cayenne.
That
would have been an experiment.
Exactly.
Very different.
It'd
But
be
yet
interesting.
not in a way, because
Experience.
cinnamon in high quantities is described as spicy, but yet I would not say it. But it's, I guess it'd be like a different kind of spicy, you know?
I
Why?
found cinnamon in
Considered a
Why?
spice.
I have personally found cinnamon in high quantities to be suffocating,
The cinnamons contain cap.
but that is mostly due to its incredibly dry.
No, cinnamon does not contain capsaicin.
Nope. Yeah, I
Capsaicin
was,
is
I was literally just
exclusive.
googling that.
Yeah, capsaicin is exclusively found in chili peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you think dragons in the D&D universe are immune to capsaicin?
I mean, it's
Depends on the
possible they
species.
don't have the
Is it
glands
the
for it.
reptiles?
Depends on the species.
Um,
Red dragons?
Okay.
Yes.
So,
White dragons, no.
okay, so if we are up against white dragons, would we be able to get a bottle of Tabasco and just use it as a grenade?
Well, the thing about red dragons, and the reason why I say they would be immune to the effects of capsaicin, is because capsaicin activates the same pain receptors in your mouth that would be activated if there was a literal fire in your mouth.
Yeah.
So
So
according to
when you
Google,
throw it at
reptiles
a
generally
dragon that
lack
is not
capsaicin
immune to it,
receptors.
that would give it damage.
Maybe, but
I don't know about
Maybe.
damage, but it
Or
would definitely
maybe just
alarm
like
it.
yes, exactly.
so
Just like
reptiles as a whole
distract it.
generally lack capsaicin receptors. So if you
Dang
go
it.
with dragons or giant lizards, then all of them are immune to it because reptiles.
Yeah, but
birds,
dragons
all
are
birds,
dragons are
neither
both
do lizard
Birds.
types.
dragons are both reptiles and they're also cat-like.
Cat-like is a behavior, though. That's not a.
Yeah, but they like have some
biological.
they have some traits of cats, is what I'm meaning.
What, the slit eyes?
They also
The
have.
slit eyes is more
They also have
reptilian, I
traits
guess.
like a lot of other animals.
Just in a lot of ways, dragons are a combination of a lot of things. And big cats is one of them.
I can see an argument for and against that.
It's a quaddle and his ilk, or the Chinese dragons.
So,
I believe they're called
how's the
llamas.
baking going?
Anyway, yeah.
Putting
yes,
the
yes.
sugar on the inside of the loaf. And I will be back in just a minute. I'm about ready to roll this up and get it in the loaf pan.
All right.
There was weird philosophical debates we get into in Dungeons and Dragons of all things.
I don't know because like in my Wednesday game, we're planning on like we're planning on making like hot sauce bombs.
There it is.
So
Well, okay, so then the next question is, what kind of hot pepper are you using for the spice?
I don't know yet. We're not there yet.
Because that does affect the potency of your bomb if you're using, like, say, habaneros versus, Carolina Reapers.
Carolina Reapers, probably.
Like you're making
I don't.
peppers.
But Carolina Reapers require a very dry, arid climate.
They were also genetically created.
So it's
That
still
too.
possible in our
so
Wednesday
was
group.
corn, but
So, like I said, it's like there's a bit of a difference. It's like, a hand grenade versus a 500-pound bomb chucked out of a plane, There's a wee
It's
bit
more
of
of like a
difference.
hand grenade, or even just like a bottle.
Well, I was just comparing the potency,
I was just
Using
I was just
hyperbole.
immediately thinking that Sidar and Lurdovox would have two very different opinions on this.
Sidar would taste and be like, why did
on
you
one
add
hand,
it?
it's
It tastes
like
nothing. You literally did nothing to it, you idiot.
No, because like
You added more to the cost.
some Tabasco sauces like actually have really interesting flavors if you can get
Okay.
past the fact that they burn.
But
Yeah.
because he's
And
a
so I
reptile, he doesn't have
imagine,
that
so I
receptor, so he'd be like,
imagine so I imagine it looking like like friggin' Sidar eats is trying some sauce that's made with Carolina Reapers or something. He's like, this is actually Lurdovox. This is a very interesting flavor. You should try it. And then Lurdovox is just like, Lurdovox, let me see. It takes a taste. All I taste is pain. That's not what. That is
What are you
not
talking
what
about?
I taste.
What are you talking about? I think you lost your mind.
It is as if every iota of my mouth is ablaze.
It's like, it didn't hurt this much when I was in the afterwash of fire breath from servers.
It's just like I felt less pain getting kicked in the jaw.
Ceramorphosis didn't even hurt this bad.
Yeah, no, he's just like just the idea of like Sidar having none of those receptors.
I mean, apparently elithids don't actually have tongues, so maybe they don't.
I mean,
Well, they probably have taste
maybe,
receptors
but
somewhere else
like,
in their mouth, maybe.
but I mean, other parts of the. But I mean, you don't. It doesn't necessarily have to be a. It just needs to be.
No, I was
mucus
just.
membrane
I
of
know.
some kind.
I was just meaning like as an example, they don't have tongues, so maybe that's also a thing they don't have.
Yeah, it's possible, but you never know with aliens. I mean, sometimes they're weird.
Anyways, I am
I
back.
saw one set of aliens; they just died to water.
I am back.
Alright.
So,
Welcome back.
um,
Got some stuff for
Back
you.
in action. Looney Tunes.
so I'm gonna show you the map. You see a figure that
Right.
looks sort of like Kalani standing on one of those raised platforms. More heavy, different armor that has splashes of Malice related colors on it, and you of course see the
Much more.
the
I would
spirit again.
imagine much more of a much heavier motif of black and gold as well.
Yeah.
Because that's just about always the colors they wear when they're evil.
Hmm.
Black and gold. So we match.
You
Right.
she stares
that's a good
down
thing.
at all of you. Took you longer to get here than I thought it would. I must say I'm disappointed in the other version of myself.
For her patience. Fuck.
More. I'm more disappointed that I seek to. I'm more disappointed that an alternate of myself would need to steal strength from another.
I have strength from many sources, my own strength, as well as this. She holds up the back of her right hand to show it to you, and you see a teardrop-shaped stone embedded in the back of her gauntlet. Though I expect you don't recognize it.
This is Brute me. Should we?
Out of character, you did notice that the chieftain was wearing a similar one of these stones as an earring.
Yeah.
Different color.
So you said we're allowed to move freely, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Just gonna, because I feel like this just makes sense to do this kind of movement for
Fireball
this
formation.
particular encounter. Just like, kind of is making her way up, like ready, but not like immediately ready to commit combat. So it's just I'd seen one like it. I don't see why it should grant you advantage.
These stones are called dragon tears. They possess a great deal of magical power from a time when Hyrule was young.
Legion
In the
try to find.
in the hands of someone worthy to wield them, they can grant incredible power. That fool Ganondorf was never fully worthy of a dragon, of this dragon tier. When I took it from him, he barely even had the ability to put up a fight.
Of course, that's what this is about. Whether it's about special rocks or a set of freaking triangles. The power hungry will always seek to take it, no matter if they're truly worthy of it or not.
Isn't that the truth? Personal experience with that. Not the good kind.
I see you brought Varut with you. You know, my version of Varut was more powerful, more ruthless.
Let me guess. All black armor, red laser sword.
He didn't he didn't hesitate to do what needed to be done to keep peace.
No,
Didn't answer the
sounds
question.
like sounds like some sounds like they would have had a lot in common. I'm more you're I'm more surprised you know. I'm more surprised that you are aware of this place. If you if you're what I think you are, then I doubt she would have even been completed in your time.
Naboris was completed in my time. The those Sheikah fools didn't even suspect. And when I turned it on when I turned it on them, they didn't have any way to stop me. Say, Kalani. She gestures to a Veil who generates generates the spectral axe. Do you recognize the shards that do you recognize the blade that these shards belonged to?
I do.
And I trust you know what it means that I now possess them.
I do.
The link of this
I'm
world is
more
a the link of this universe is a coward and would not be able to stop me, but perhaps he could be persuaded to stand down if I promised not to hurt his Zelda. That wouldn't that didn't make any
Kalani
sense.
seems to yeah. Kalani
But
you're retracting that?
what? I'm retracting
You're
that. Yeah.
retracting that?
Basically, she says that she doesn't have to worry about Link because she could just tell
Yeah.
him that she's not going to hurt Zelda
Yeah.
if he stands down.
She just Kalani's just eyes what's eyes some eyes what eyes a yellowish uh, necklace ladling uh, hanging off of the other one's neck. I suspect you I suspect a courtesy you didn't share with her.
No, she tried to seal me. Unfortunately for her, it didn't work. She was weak.
Somet- Sometimes there is strength in weakness. This has
The
been nice. It's it's not often I get it's not often I get to talk with my darker thoughts as this.
I trust that means you don't intend to stand down.
Bear in mind, this whole time Kalani's just been holding her weapon, and I thought of something that'd be cool, but it'd be a cool way to open it. But like, I don't know if they have that ability.
What?
I was thinking because Kalani's got Thunder Clash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Thunderous Slam.
Yeah.
I was just thinking an epic way to open it would be they clash it to each other.
Yeah, the other
Throwing them
Kalani, the
back.
other Kalani does not have Thunderous Slam.
Okay.
However,
Good.
you could still
Bit of
do
a shame.
still do like an axe clash with Thunderous Slam. So
Yeah. I'll probably. But one thing first. Before anything really gets going. Does Kalani feel anything around here? I guess it'd probably be an Arcana, wouldn't it? Like, does she at all feel Naboris?
oh yeah, Arcana check.
All right. Let's see. What is? All right. It would just be a wisdom, right?
Hmm.
That's Arcana.
No, intelligence.
Arcana's intelligence
And
check.
even better. Even better. Straight D20. Let's go.
Not bad.
You do feel a
15.
bit. You do feel Naboris, and you see, and as you start to feel Naboris, you see the central power core kind of flickering back to blue.
Yeah.
Before
Kalani's just
the malice color takes it back over.
yeah. Yeah, so bear in mind, this whole time Kalani had just kind of been walking, like she'd been holding her version of a veil in one hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's in hand if it's needed, but not in a fully ready to fight position yet. It's
Mm-hmm.
off to the side.
Yeah.
So she's just been doing a slow march forward this whole time.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess this is everyone before I do anything drastic, everyone find favorable positions to be
Yep. And anyone who wants to can move to somewhere else on the map.
I'm going to go this way.
And by the way, you can walk underneath these pathways.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
I'm going to go this way.
Is this stairs going from here up or from
yeah, those are stairs
here
going
down?
from the central platform up.
Okay.
So
We'll
I'll just
go
have my
there.
drone hover towards the middle there. In case I need to while we're doing this, how's the pics looking?
The what?
I took a pic. What's she looking like?
Oh,
I mean, it's pretty obvious, but like
blurry and red.
fine.
Varut will be
Red is different.
flying? Yeah, flying. He'll be flying, but at altitude that would put him basically the equivalent as if he was standing right here.
Okay.
So,
but he's right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
I'll move to there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kalani will then. So Kalani's just going to say. She's just no. Her weapon will she'll adjust her grip where she does actually now have both hands on it, and she's like, no, you have something that belongs to me, something terrible, something there was a mistake people often have about me. I protected my own people from ourselves as much as I had from outside threats. And I and I will die before I fail in such an endeavor ever, even in death. Even though that makes no sense, but I mean, frankly, her whole situation doesn't make sense at the moment.
Yeah.
And as she says that, her axe slowly has like because it always had like the golden accents.
Hmm.
Slowly, those start filling up with a yellowish green energy until eventually the blade itself is just charged,
Hmm.
and then she and that's when she does her swing,
Yeah.
thunderous slam.
I'm gonna say that you don't get anything from this Thunder Slam, but it also is not going to burn its charge.
All
Um,
right, sounds
we're,
good.
we're more doing this for like a lore thing, anyways. But yeah,
Yeah. Lore. I
Cinematic.
mean, yeah,
you see the. I'm gonna move you closer. Um,
yeah. I
you
meant
see,
to move closer.
yeah,
Sorry.
you see the other Kalani as you start to swing. Reach over to a Veil who becomes the axe, and she blocks your swing with her axe. And you hear a thunderous boom echo through
Yeah,
the chamber that you're in.
yeah.
And you even hear Naboris make its signature like roary noise when that yeah when that happens.
Kind of. That's the closest I can do. It also makes a weird grinding noise the whole time it does that, but anyways.
No!
Okay,
Will I
so
Oh
be
16. Oh, I do
that's
go
no
before
good.
Nilo.
once again?
Yep.
All right.
I want to point out something very deeply troubling to everyone. Look at the
Mm-hmm.
initiative order.
Yeah, I see it.
Look at the last two members of the initiative order. That is deeply troubling.
Okay, so first round of initiative count 20. First round of combat actually. Malice Kalani stares over at Bradley with a look of just stares over at Bradley for a moment. My, your friend has been touched by malice. I'm sure you won't mind if I awaken it a little bit. Uh, Bradley, make a charisma saving throw, please.
Charisma saving throw. Oh, I have a feeling that fails.
No, that
I
fails by a lot.
And I have a feeling a D6 won't make a
No, a
difference.
D6 will not make a difference. So you
Not
see,
in
you
these
see,
trying times.
you see Bradley become a giant, half boar, half human monster. The armor seems to almost merge into his body as he does it. Um, and you see that purplish malice magic swirling around him. All right, Vagar.
claim he's weak, yet still use all his same tricks.
So
Yeah, you can see that Bradley is like very noticeably frenzying.
yeah, so
I am so glad I got as far away from him as possible. I ain't gonna get ripped apart by my team again. No, thank you.
okay.
Well, Vega,
so
what you gonna do? This is not your fault
no,
anyway.
what? No! Don't put this on me!
You gotta go
You're the
beast
one that
mode.
cut up my arm and infected
Guys.
me.
I'm sorry!
Okay, so
Sounds like
No,
a skill issue! Okay, fine! You want me to go beast mode? I'll go beast mode.
you're gonna turn into werewolf form.
Yep, and I'm gonna go after Bradley.
Okay.
all right, guys, he became the warthog. Our worst fears is is reality.
Yeah, this is also when you realize that Bradley is not a werewolf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
He's
just
a
like,
furry.
I don't know nearly enough about that condition. Emiria?
What do you
Okay.
want me to say? I've never seen.
Anyways.
people
Nothing
could
to do
turn
with
into
this.
warthog. I mean, we do have giant boars, but that's different.
Anyways, Vagar, you're going after Bradley, so do your thing.
Okay. Let's see.
Make sure to move towards him.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Ah, there we go.
And I am. It's probably not gonna work, but I'm gonna try and grapple him.
Okay. Athletics check.
Also, I'm gonna go ahead
And
and
I'm gonna roll for Bradley. Brad.
His athletics is plus 11.
Okay.
Because
Oh yeah,
There we
that's
go.
and Juggernaut lets him use con.
that's a dirty
I
20.
found Novor's
Yeah, that's it.
cry
That's
if anyone
yeah.
wants to hear.
He got a 30.
Okay.
Plus 11!
I know. When I heard the plus 11, I'm like, yeah, that's never gonna happen. I have a plus 2. I'm scrawny. Okay.
This is
Oh my god.
Bones.
The only one here strong enough to contain him is Kalani, who's kind of busy right now.
Yeah.
very visibly busy, yes.
And I already. Dang, nabbit. Okay, I already used my.
Hey,
bonus
Legion, what do you got?
action, too.
Legion, what are you doing? Are you leaving? Legion!
The real question is, do I fly up here and take pot shots, or do I get the lightsaber and get down and dirty and be like, okay, Kalani, the two of us versus one evil you?
Okay, so that's all from Vagar.
Okay, you do have another attack.
Yeah, grappling at places one attack.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It does almost look like they're clashing,
You know
though.
what? I am going to. You know what? Yeah, I'll smack him.
Some cognitive recalibration is required.
Shit, what's my stuff? It doesn't say on here. Shit, okay,
I don't know if
let's see.
silvery barbs will help. I don't think so.
I'm gonna use my claws. Smack him. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, well,
No.
No.
I don't know what the AC calculation is in Weirmore form, but
Yeah.
that would hit me normally.
If it's
Yeah.
anything like mine, yours is a 19.
Okay.
Anyways,
This is
Bradley,
silver
you feel I'm gonna actually give you control of this, but you are your allies are your enemies, so yeah.
Yeah.
And you're
Right.
locked into using the natural weapons. You can see what those do in the transformation page.
Yeah.
But
I've
you
had that tab
feel
open for a while.
yeah, you feel an intense amount of rage and also sadness.
Frustration, fury, more destructive.
But the most important thing is, we now get to see how Vagar likes it. Vagar likes it.
A taste of his own medicine. Because we're bored,
Come on!
we're
It's
gonna
not his
reflavor the
fault.
bite
It
as
is his fault, but still.
The bite is tusks. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, so is it what? Is it what 2 or is it 3? I'll transform. Bonus action. I'll transform. Okay, so I'll just make one attack with tusks and one with claws, I guess. 20 plus. Let's see. This would be unarmed strike, which would be a +7. Yes, that would be a +7. Okay. Vagar, is that it? You?
Yeah, that's it for me. That's all I could do.
No, does an 11 hit you?
Oh, what?
It shouldn't.
Does an 11 hit
Does
you?
an 11
It does
hit
not.
you?
It's a
Okay,
19 AC.
Taking care.
Sorry.
And then here's the claw.
Nope.
Come on,
So
we were supposed to try to show Vagar what it's like. You're not critting on him.
I
Yeah,
don't use natural weapons.
Brad, you can speak a little bit, and given this is more meant to be a role play thing than a combat thing, I would appreciate it if you did.
It is right now. He's confused and a pained, like scream and like a and just sort of like half control, partial. Well, not really control, but like where you like your muscles are almost like moving of their own volition.
Hmm.
And he just partially asks, "What's going on?" He stares Vagar right in the eye.
Okay, Varut, your turn.
Well, seeing that that's a lovely mess down there, he's gonna be like, "Well, this got complicated," and then take pot shot at Malice Kalani.
Okay.
20 plus 10. Boop. 24.
Yeah, 24 hits.
Flash R. 40, 10. Ooh, nice. And then let's you know what? Let's just do that again instead of using any of my other fancy things.
No.
That's what I figured. Battle meditation, Kalani. You have advantage on your next attack roll. I mean, so does everyone else.
Hmm.
Praying that Malice Kalani doesn't rip me in half first.
Yeah, Elo.
So, anyways, let's see. I should have looked at my things again, but I'm gonna go with. It's safe to assume she's dual handing it at the moment, so disarm won't work.
Yeah.
But I can. Screw it. I'm shooting her. Screw it. I'm shooting.
Okay.
Fire with my radiant.
No.
16.
At advantage though.
Ah.
Because battle meditation. Still no.
No.
Exactly.
Legion.
First
pot
attack.
shots.
First
Evil,
attack has advantage.
Evil big bad, please.
Advantage.
Legion, please.
Nope.
Legion.
You
Legion,
had
second
one
attack.
shot.
You got Legion, second attack.
That does
Yay!
hit.
There is balance in all things.
That do it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to be like, even when you do it, you don't do it. But okay. That's +3, right? Yes. All right. Yeah. That's all from me at the moment.
Okay. Emiria.
All right, I must ask a question. Will Bradley ever get like to redo the save?
Yes, he will get to redo the save. Over time. Right now, it's not a thing. It's a thing going on with Vagar. It's like basically out of character, real quick. Bradley and Vagar are having an "I know you're in there" fight.
No, right then. Okay then. So if that's the case, I gotta do things logically. All right. I don't think I have enough distance. Nope. Wait. 20. Yep, definitely not enough distance. All right. Well, we're gonna have these guys rush in and try to close that gap. I think they can make it to like right here. This guy just has a bow, so we'll just take a shot from over here about that. I guess like Emiria.
You know, I feel like only myself and Hannah see the irony of this.
What?
Maybe it's even just me.
The irony of what?
Uh,
Oh, a Yiga
The
foot
Yiga
soldier
clan's
fighting.
been shooting, shooting the Calamity Incarnate at the moment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ah,
Only in
the
death can
important
he
thing is that
redeem
it's an
himself.
undead Ego soldier. It's a puppet.
Alright. Action. I only got like one actual spell left.
Is it a puppet or is it a marionette?
Don't think about it too much. Okay. Would charm person work?
On what?
Was on Bradley.
I think so. He would have advantage on his save, though.
Hmm.
And
I'm
that
just
would just
saying,
make me.
if he comes over here, I'm just gonna ask him. He wouldn't hit a girl with glasses, would he?
No, instead he'd cave in your face with a shotgun butt.
Well, no. You see, what he did is he hit the girl with her
With the
glasses.
glasses.
Well played.
Alright.
Hey, King Candy. Chill.
Alright, yeah, I guess
That'll always be
Amiria
my
will be
favorite
like,
version of that gag.
Bradley, snap out of it. Casting charm person.
Okay, Bradley, wisdom save at advantage.
Wisdom save. Okay. I was thinking that was gonna be another charisma save.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, he succeeds his saving throw.
Dang. Alright. Well, normal action,
He's-
I guess.
He was
Flares
a
a look
pig.
Action.
Ate at you from over
Only
Vagar's head.
Oh, only like 2 people can hit, so not you, not you, not you. You get this against that, not you. That, not you. Ah,
8 damage. Got it.
oh, both of these are, yes, will be hitting Malice Kalani.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Ooh, a crit.
Oh, as both
Okay.
action and bonus action. I'm
Alrighty.
officially out of spells. Now I gotta do infusions.
Okay, so the other Kalani is just going to swing her axe at Kalani 3 times.
That
Chop,
sounds
chop.
about right.
First attack is a 28 to hit. Second attack is a 21 to hit. Third attack is a no. Yeah, third attack's a no. So I'll roll full damage all at once here. That is a total of 52 damage.
I am so glad I took those points.
Mm-hmm. Kalani,
52, you said?
52.
Yeah, no more of that.
Malice Kalani actually doesn't have that many hit points, just so you're
Yeah,
aware.
I was looking at that
Yeah.
the damage done to that health bar, and I was thinking like that was only one hit from my phase pulse rifle. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what? That would just be awesome.
What are you gonna do?
I might. Well, first of all, I'm just gonna leave the calculator open as my current tracking of her hit points. My So let me just double check Kalani's stuff real quick. Ooh, that'd be good. That'd be good if I could get that to work. Okay. Although it's a little different because technically I'm not seeing this or. Oh no! Wait, no, it's literally in here. Okay. a little different, but it'll work. First, obviously, go for the grapple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that hits.
I think I got her. Okay. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to beat myself.
Roll damage for that.
I feel like the wording's could be worse. Anyways, so yeah, the crushing grip,
Mm-hmm.
1d8 plus 3, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I keep flipping between tabs by accident. Okay. So that is slightly different though.
What?
I'll need to ask your opinion on this.
Okay.
ODM.
Yeah.
So my idea is kind of using backbreaker, but instead of like properly throwing them into the ground, I'm more like picking her up and just slamming her into the console.
Okay. Yeah, you could do that. Backbreaker does use your entire action though, just so you're aware.
Ah, I see.
That's why it's not. That's why it's not listed in multi-attack at all.
Ah, okay. So that'd have to be the next turn then.
Yeah, that'll have to be next turn.
That's all right. That just means 2 more axe attacks while I have her in my grasp.
Mm-hmm.
Chop, chop.
Yeah, that hits. Oh yeah, you had advantage on the crushing grip attack.
Oh.
But anyways, that hits.
Doesn't matter. Let's get the no, I think that's 2d8 plus 3. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay.
All right.
And what the hell? Okay. And second final attack.
Mm-hmm.
I think that hurts.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. And an 18, ouch.
All right.
And that is all from Kalani this turn.
Alrighty, Vagar. So the last thing Bradley said to you is basically asking you what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Vagar is just going to be
Wait, can
Stand
Vagar
down.
speak while he's in the hybrid form?
About as well as Bradley can currently.
he's going to be like stand down.
Yeah, like, I don't remember Vagar ever speaking beyond just like grunts and so forth,
He
which is why I was
doesn't
so like.
speak overall
remember
anyway.
this-
So
I just
Yeah,
remember.
true. But
Yeah,
I mean, like,
I
there's
mostly
a
remember the
difference
sound
between
of my.
doesn't speak and can't speak. There's a difference there.
he just doesn't.
Yeah,
I just remember the sound of my hamstrings tearing.
Mhm.
Are you sure you heard that? Because I'm pretty sure that helmet would be like a very good echo chamber for when you scream from said hamstring tearing.
So yeah, you're saying stand
I
down
can hear
to.
both things.
You're just saying stand down.
And he is going to, for his bonus action, he's going to use the Rite of Binding.
Okay.
So
What's
he'll need
that?
to make a strength saving throw, but I don't know what it's supposed to be.
It should be a
It's a
constitution.
thing.
It's a constitution based DC. So constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus plus 8.
So it needs to be a 26, I think.
8 plus your con mod. Plus what?
Plus my proficiency. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 8. No, wait.
It's
Yeah,
16.
8 plus 8 equals 16. My bad.
Okay.
You know, they're like,
So yeah,
"Holy
DC
shit,
I was
that's
like,
not
wait,
possible. You must be adding your
that seems a
con
little too
score."
high.
I was like, you must be adding your con score by accident. There's no way it's 26.
Yeah, DC 16 strength save, Bradley.
That's a 17.
Dang nabbit! I hurt myself for nothing.
Mhm.
Give me a second, I need to hurt myself.
You actually don't. You get 1 free use per right.
Never mind then. Wow!
You get
Woohoo!
1 free use
Okay.
per right per rest. And then you have to hurt
Yippee.
yourself for future uses.
Okay, sounds good.
So that was your free use for that one.
That was my free use, yeah. And so then I am going to. Man, I thought that was gonna.
You going to answer his question at all?
uh. He's just gonna be like, "You're not you."
You
And
don't
he's gonna try.
say.
And okay, what do you want me to say?
The floor is made out of floor.
He's just gonna be like, "What do you want me to say? You're not you."
Okay.
Would it be like
And he is
insight
going-
or self-awareness? Or what would it be to figure out that I'm currently half boar right now?
He's just gonna be like,
You
"Stop
just
it.
you just
Get
you
some
just
help."
you just know that. Like you don't have to
Okay.
make a check for
Okay.
that.
I
Just
And
kind of look
Okay,
at
I
you
wasn't
love
sure if it
this.
was something like, you know, you have to point it out and be like, you shapeshifted and be like, you don't say. You know,
Bradley?
this is all your fault.
Are you?
He makes
I'm
a,
freaking.
if it makes you feel better, keep on blaming me, okay?
he makes a lunge.
Vagar, you are the worst therapist.
Ooh.
Yes, he absolutely is. He doesn't do any of this.
Does a
He's a lone wanderer.
is it 24 hit?
But he
Maybe stay out of this therapy session that's happening over here.
He makes like a headbutt
Jeez.
charge ram. Is this all your fault? Does a 24 hit?
I would say so.
I don't know. We're gonna have to check the books on
It
that
does.
one.
That's 10. That's 10 piercing damage.
That's fine. Nope, not 20. There we go.
And then he just sort of heaving and raging, trying to figure out how to get control of this. Still trying to figure out what exactly is going on.
Yeah, make another charisma save. Because like you and
Charisma.
Vagar are fighting, and I don't know, Vagar's like kind of helping. Yeah,
And
no,
then no.
Varut.
No.
Oy.
Quick question: how explosive resistant is this?
Not
I'm not trying
very.
to blow it up. I'm just what?
Not very.
Ooh. I assume it would be bad if it got accidentally blown up if I chucked
Yes,
it and then
yes,
tried
it
to
would
blow
be. It would be very bad if it got blown up.
Possible.
Yeah.
That puts a wrinkle in that plan. Well, I guess there goes that idea. Well,
Yeah.
Kalani, looks like you got this in close quarters, so I'm gonna help you out from afar. I mean, I could get the lightsaber and like help you out and all, but
I couldn't help but imagine that even while getting grappled, like,
No.
really,
he tries to come in and fight, and Malice Kalani just, like, even while getting grappled, she just bitch slaps him away.
like, you know what? Whistling birds are 4
Montauk.
plus 5. Oh, like that. Really? 3 1s?
Hey, it's better than nothing.
And then battle meditation.
Okay, Nilo.
Let me see. I am gonna have a.
Actually. Out of curiosity.
I didn't realize I actually had that spell ready.
Okay.
Just a second.
Huh.
Wait a second. Is what's going on with Spartan me considered charmed condition?
I don't think so, no.
It's considered the dominated condition, which is kind of
Okay,
charmed.
okay.
Why?
I was just asking because of the wording of battle meditation ends the charmed
Oh,
impression conditions on any number of
it does
creatures.
not end. It does not end this.
Yeah, that's what I figured when you said dominated. I was like, wait a second.
Dominated
I don't
often.
think so.
Dominated usually does get ended by things that end charmed, but not
But
this.
this is special story circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a pot shot at Malice there.
That does hit. You have advantage, so fish for
You
a
have
crit.
advantage. Check for the crit.
All right,
Okay.
Nilo, set her bitch ass on fire.
Oh, is that what we're doing? We can flamethrower her from two sides. Whoosh.
Let me see.
Hmm.
Where?
I don't think I can do that.
There you are. Jeez, I couldn't read my own handwriting for a second. I'm sure we've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
2d10 fire. 11
Okay, just
fire.
uno momento, por favor. I need to put this loaf of bread in the oven.
Ah. Very fitting, given that I'm trying to light a bitch on fire.
Every time
Okay,
she says low,
I have
I
two
keep
different
thinking,
theories.
like,
Well,
why are you
plans.
putting
Things
your
that might
cat
work.
in the oven?
One, I use the force to ram Kalani into the computer like that way. But that would mean I wouldn't be able to give you all advantage, which I'm thinking might not be worth it. Other one,
I have a specific plan for why I want to slam her into the console.
just flamethrowers.
Okay. Damage dealt.
11.
Yeah,
11
I dealt it.
fire.
I dealt it.
Damage has been dealt.
All right.
Next item.
And now, Legion, more pot shots, please.
At advantage.
So close.
Does hit.
Six plus 3. Yes, 8.
Second attack, not at
Ouch.
advantage. No.
Sad.
Aw. It's okay, Legion. At least
Nymeria.
Alright. Yeah, it looks like you need some help. Luckily we have this. Omiria. Doing a spell that I haven't done for a long time. Will use her infusion to cast Healing Spirit, and then place this. What is effectively happening is Emiria is taking a cat out of a bag, a precisely dead cat. His name is Mr. Whiskers, and we shall. It is being zombified as I place it on Vagar's shoulder.
Okay. I'm just gonna put a little icon on Vagar for that.
Alright. You get a D6 on all your turns, like as health. No?
Thank you.
Yes, you have a cat now.
Okay.
Yay!
Alright.
Kitty cat.
There is literally nothing for me to do in this fight.
Sorry.
Okay. I guess, like, so we're gonna have Hans and Herbert over here assist Kalani in whatever the crap she's trying to do.
The hands have to be.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that means if they're attacking, we're just gonna
Yeah,
give
you can just
the help action.
you can. Oh, okay. You're doing the help action. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind then. All right, Malice. Oh wait, you're probably attacking still with some of your minions.
Yes. foot soldier and little Ivo over here. No, no, no. Normal, no, normal, no. All right, 22 and 19.
Both of those hit. All right, Malice Kalani is just gonna swing her axe at Kalani a few times because she knows
Yeah, this seems
herself.
so.
She knows herself well enough to know that she's not breaking that grapple.
Yeah. I thought she'd try to return it.
Oh, no. 26 to hit, a no, and a definitely not. So one hit. So there's a total of 18 damage.
Racked.
All right, your turn.
Now, if you'll excuse me. Now, if you will excuse me, I need to commit a. I need to put myself on the ground. So. Where's the pad thing?
Right here.
All right.
You'll have to move around her to do that, but you can do that. Like you'll have to move to like
I mean, I was kind of gonna like
here.
slam her. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna come over and just like I'm gonna slam her. And would I still have an object interact after that, or would that just be it?
Yeah, you'll still have an object interaction.
Okay, then I will do backbreaker.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. What's the DC on that?
16.
Oh yeah, she has disadvantage because of the help. Yeah, no, she succeeds. So half damage.
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs. Okay.
Silvery
Roll again.
barbs.
She still succeeds.
Damn it.
And
So
don't you grant
I
advantage
remembered I
to
had
silvery
it.
barbs? Am I mistaken? Or do you also grant
But how
someone
much
advantage
is
to silvery
that?
barbs?
Is that saber suck?
no, that's not save or suck. It's save for half.
Okay, save for half. So
And I guess she doesn't get stunned, but
yeah. Ah.
Yeah, and then you also choose one creature afterwards that gets advantage with silvery barbs.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think I only succeed if I think I only get that if I
anyways,
succeeded
roll
in stealing their
damage.
luck.
You did not. You get it regardless.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
You
roll
can then
damage
Whoever's-
first. We're gonna sort out what Kalani's doing
Yeah,
first.
whoever's trying to save Vagar, or whatever would help Vagar not rip us to pieces.
Okay.
Like that if that.
Okay, Vagar, you have a use
I'm
of
trying to make
advantage.
sense.
Half damage would
Okay, so
be
19.
19. Thank you, Brad. Okay. You have slammed Kalani into the console.
yeah, and then Kalani will then place her hand on the console as well.
Oh, at the same time?
Yeah.
All right, make a...
What would that be?
D20 plus 5.
A what?
D20 plus 5, please.
D20 plus 5.
All right.
Oof.
Ouch.
Oof.
You know what? I'll give you advantage
I've given
because
that to myself.
it's like Naboris and all that, and you know Naboris. And...
Yeah. I was like, I should have given that to myself.
It's not that much better.
DC
Clearly,
is
it's
not
not
very.
happening.
The DC is not high. Anyways, just what are you doing?
let
What are you trying to do at least?
One of them I'm not sure if you were prepared for.
Okay.
The other one would make sense, but also not sure there was ever evidence of it doing that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask the first one. The second one's just a bit more reasonable.
All right.
Are we able to rotate anything?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
Mm-hmm.
So the second thing, I'm calling in some lightning, if I can.
Okay. Like directly on Malice Kalani?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. I'll give you that. That's cool. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Straight D20 roll. She
There's a lot of
succeeds
war
her.
in this thing.
She succeeds her save, but that's still half damage. So 8d6, please.
8d6, huh? That is that's 25 damage, but that needs to be halved, so
Oh yeah, I forgot to have it. I'll just do the full damage. I don't really care enough.
all right, fair enough. Everyone just heard Naboris's cry again as it, and then they hear a electric charge from somewhere, and then suddenly lightning arced from outside and into itself, and struck the evil meanie Kalani.
All right, Vagar. Bradley blames you.
And then I stabbed you successfully with a tusk.
You did, yeah.
Taste your own medicine.
D6 in these trying times.
D6,
Oh yeah, you get a
okay,
D6 of hit points back.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Now you can die slightly slower.
Yeah. Vagar's just gonna be like, blame me.
He's already doing that.
I know. He's like, blame me all you want. But you need to step out of this. Remember who you are.
Okay.
And he is going to do Rite of Binding again. And
All right, strength save, Bradley.
I think that's a no.
Are you mother?
And you took max damage.
I don't think
know.
this party is compatible with werewolves.
Bradley.
Absolutely not. No. But that is also a bonus action, so he is
Oh
going
yeah.
to.
Okay. Yeah. Never mind. That's a bonus action.
Yes. It's, he is going to also try and. Is this a bonus action? I won't do that, no. Then I am going to. Yeah, I'll smack him. I shall smack him.
Okay.
Nope.
10 dex.
That's all from me then.
Okay. Bradley.
19. Okay. Incensed, blaming Vagar, I wish to shove.
You wish to shove Vagar?
Ye.
Shove him prone, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. Athletics check. Vagar, give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Good luck.
Yeah. Good luck.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
I
need
know.
You do have advantage, so.
I do have advantage, and I definitely need it.
I think you're at nat 20 or bust.
Yeah.
You're prone.
No. So I am prone.
Here.
It's just like shoved her own with like a lot of force, and just why are you making me relive all of this? And then I wish to oh, what's like restrain like have like both my hands on right at your deltoids and sort of doing that shove down hold. So like shoved and never let go.
Oh,
So this
okay.
will be a second.
That'd be a grapple attempt, effectively.
Yeah. So here goes number 2.
All right, Vagar, athletics or
You
acrobatics
actually have a
check.
chance of you have a chance of escaping this one.
I don't.
And that was from
Oh my god!
Hey!
Never mind.
Not only do you not get held down, you roll away and stand back up.
Hell yeah.
And Bradley,
Hey!
a new charisma save, please.
That's literally the only way you were gonna make it out of that.
Nope.
Wow.
Varut.
Where we started. Well,
I swear, if this is one of those, Kalani needs to come down and make the kids stop fighting.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like that.
Don't make me come down there.
it's probably gonna be like that. Let's see here. Kalani's already got flanking from the flesh golem, so more pot shots. Fire support, that's what I'm good for. Hey! That was almost a crit.
Nice.
Fire and mortal support.
4d10. Oh. How about them apples? Whistling birds, flamethrower, or another pot shot? Well, I don't think that's really a good place we can position a flamethrower. We'll take another pot shot. D20 plus 10. Boop. Hey! What do you know?
Alrighty.
4d10 plus. Because I don't have a modifier for this attack. Bazinga. 67.
Please don't.
Nice.
Battle meditation.
All right. You see the other Kalani kind of. I'm just gonna say that she breaks your grapple because I need to do that for a thing. Okay.
I thought you said the grapple was gonna end anyways because of the.
Oh yeah, it did end.
Because of
you see her kind of stumble away from Kalani.
Yeah, she's got to stagger to her feet.
Yeah, she kind of staggers around for a second. I misjudged you. You have some fight left in you, it seems. But let's see how you do against this. She reaches over. She reaches up, pulls her helmet off, and throws it to the ground. And you see that both of her eyes are amber.
Yeah.
She reaches to the gemstone on her gauntlet, rips it off, leans her head back, and swallows
Bonus
it.
action, slap it. Nah, I'm kidding.
This is like basically a mythic.
Slap it out of her hand.
This is basically a mythic action that she's taking to start phase 2 of the boss fight.
I know. There's no way you can, there's no way to stop it. I just wanted to make a joke.
Yeah.
Like alternate scenario, just slap it out of her hand. It falls to the floor, and she's like, "You bitches."
Use the force and both.
You see her. She just starts laughing maniacally, and then you see her kind of almost explode in a blast of purple fire that does not hit anyone. Don't worry, it doesn't deal damage or anything.
Shield my eyes.
Yeah, and you see what looks like the long body of a dragon shooting out of it straight up. It rips through the top of Naboris, and you see it shooting straight up through the hole in the distance. Bradley, you immediately drop out of werebore form, and you pass out.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Um,
Unk.
so yeah, you're out of combat now.
Okay. Vagar's gonna get out of his werewolf form.
hmm
Oh, look over
Uh,
everything that
Oh.
the Kalani is not that worse for wear, relatively speaking, compared to some of the other combats.
I have
been
an
in with her. He's
idea,
going to
and it'd just be
I am.
awesome, but I don't know if we could.
fly over here and Big Chungus. How he looking?
He's physically fine. He's just out cold.
Lovely.
Tentatively approach, praying that
And any
neither
way for
him
me to
nor the other one
resuscitate him?
rip me apart.
I poke the Spartan, but I do it telekinetically with the Force.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just kind of grunts in his sleep, but doesn't awake.
Yeah.
We'll go over what
No,
Bradley is seeing right now. Bradley is in a nightmare right now. We'll go over what he's seeing later after this, after you're done with the thing that's about to happen.
First,
Eh,
Kalani's,
Brutal
first, I
speaking,
just want to
yep,
say,
he's
Nilo,
out cold.
I need I need better friends.
Yeah, you do.
Brutal look up and be like, "That's the story of half my life." Though I think this problem all originates with the poor choice in one singular friend. His helmet turns and looks straight at me. You can't see his face behind the faceplate, but he's looking straight at you with a "you caused this mess, you're gonna fix it" kind of look.
Vagar's just gonna
Lonnie
say,
is
yeah,
just
I
gonna
know, I'm
be
trying to figure out how.
Lonnie's
It's
just gonna be
tough when
here
I'm not.
and effectively got her hand on the console. She's effectively running the equivalent of a diagnostic.
hmm Naboris is
Brutal-
damaged. Naboris is damaged beyond repair.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's just
Vagar, and I was like, "Well, any suggestion on how we fix this?"
I'm trying to figure that out.
had a
I
neat
can't do
cinematic
anything about
related
mine.
Nilo,
I can't do
Nilo,
anything
you
about
hear
mine
you
without
hear
going with my plane.
yeah, you hear Ticker's voice over your little comm link. Nilo, what the heck is going on over there?
we found the anomaly and they changed into a dragon.
That would explain the surge of magic.
They left through the device. We're currently under the we're currently underground about, and she looks up. Actually, I have no idea how many meters.
The shadow is near you. There's a lot of magic gathering in the skies above you. We need. You hear him say away from the mic, Duchess, get us airborne now. I don't care about those diagnostics. We need to get airborne. That thing is about to create the biggest storm this world has ever seen, and we need to put a stop to it.
Mm-hmm. Root, I have an idea. Root will just look at Vagar and Neil and be like, "You two get the others back to the ship. Fly over. Kalani, ready to go for a ride?"
What?
My plan is grab Kalani and use a jetpack. I'm just going to fly straight up.
The jetpack is not strong enough to carry both Varut and Kalani.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So she's just like, no. Kalani's is just seeing what, she's examining the whole thing, seeing what her options are. I had an idea. I have a feeling it's not going to work, but
Okay.
she's examining her options, and she just passively says, not going to work.
What? Trying to get this thing operational again?
3 of the legs are gone.
Yeah, that would be a small problem.
Some of the lightning that causes the magical lightning is still somewhat operational, and she looks through the hole in the ceiling. It's out of range.
Well,
You see you see what looks like a little
don't
longboat
think we're gonna
slowly.
be able to somehow
You
shut
see
it
what
down.
looks like the shape of a longboat start to fly down into Naboris.
Yeah.
And you see Lars and Celia piloting the Crimson Shadow.
Yeah.
Ticker said to come pick you up. Something about a dragon?
Yeah,
You
Brutal just
didn't
point straight up.
you didn't see it on the way in?
Some storm clouds gathering, but not a dragon, no.
It's too bad. Too bad the laser doesn't work. That'd be an epic finish. But and then everyone would just kind of be like, "And you piloted that." But anyways,
Well, get in.
Yeah.
Sounds like we got a big dragon to fight.
Brutal just look over at Kalani and be like, I think you're the only one here who can pick up. He just points at the unconscious heap of Spartan that weighs 1,000 pounds. Perhaps you and Lars can throw him in the boat.
If I remember correctly, Lars is actually strong enough to just straight up throw Bradley.
He
I think
can
he is, yeah.
throw 1,000 pounds?
Yeah, he did
I think
it.
he did before.
Yeah, when you skyjacked the Banshee.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Lars
Yeah.
picks up the unconscious Bradley and puts him in the boat. Well, I'd recommend the rest of you all get in.
So it
The
seems.
captain's getting the captain and Ticker are getting the ship airborne now.
Kalani's just gonna. Kalani's just. I hate having to abandon you again. Places her hand on the console once more. Rest well, soldier. And yeah, she'll start on the ship.
Mm-hmm. The ship slowly lifts off
Yeah.
and flies out of the depths, and you see the Flying Duchess approaching as a massive storm cloud is starting to gather. You see various colors of lightning flashing inside the storm cloud, and when a particularly big flash happens, you see the serpentine shape of that dragon outlined inside the clouds. The shadow flies over to the Duchess.
Nilo actually just kind of points over Celia's shoulder. There, dragon.
Generating the storm cloud. Of course. Of course, that's what it's doing.
Because nothing in our lives is ever simple.
Nope.
I feel like every time I even try to ponder the question, God decides to get crueler.
Yeah. Celia drops the party off on the top deck before docking the shadow. You see various people running around preparing for battle.
I've seen no shortage of odd sights. Kalani's just looking at the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
This has
Think of
certainly
it like
topped
a
that.
open top version of my gunship. With multiple floors.
The vessel itself is the only thing that makes sense at the moment.
It's not the. Well, I was referring to the fact that we are above the mountain, not the shape of the boat.
What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Magic is commonplace here.
You have boats flying here.
She she looks like she's about to say something, but then looks over. Apparently we do. Looking over Hebra, there's indeed a big ass flying boat.
Yeah, several flying boats.
I'll look
Yeah.
over in that direction, and then I'll just simply say, "Sounds like that wasn't here the last time you were alive."
None of these floating islands were.
Anyways, yeah, you see Skirvo shouting
Various outlands
orders.
in the sky.
You see
Mhm.
Skirvos shouting orders near you.
Yeah. Get. I don't get. We're. So. I want them magic. I want the magic shields at maximum power. Bleed life support if you have to.
When he says that, Baruch, like his head spins so fast, it almost looks like he got whiplash. Kalani's never seen his head turn around that fast.
Yeah.
From life support? Wouldn't it be better to take power from literally any other system?
He's just he doesn't seem to acknowledge him. Just keeps pointing out various different commands. Got to get the just the God, my neck. Get the yeah. He's going to. I need water. Oh well.
Okay.
He's just run. Yeah, he's just getting a bunch of orders issued. Meanwhile, yeah. So, yeah, he's just issuing a bunch of orders. So Kalani's just looking. Before he eventually finally notices the party, he's just like, you're you're different. What? Any knowledge what's going on?" None
The
at all.
dragon up there is the power third of her, as I point to Kalani. Oh, and she's evil, by the way.
She used something I'm not familiar with. If we Perhaps if we were able to separate it from her somehow, we'd be able to depower her. Unfortunately, she swallowed it, which would make things trickier.
It resembled a crystal, right?
Kinda, yeah.
I don't think this is gonna work, but it's worth a shot anyways. I want to try to reach out with the force and see if I can through the force.
Yeah, you feel nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I figured as much, but it was worth a shot.
Yeah, so we are going to. This is a sky battle, by the way. We're just gonna straight up do this as a ship battle.
Fair
Fun.
enough. There it is. Hello.
And I'm just using Art of the Demon. I'm just using Art of the Demon Dragon because it doesn't. She doesn't quite look the same. She doesn't quite look the same, but she's close. And I am going to show you in here, but
About as many horns as I'd imagine.
So each of these tokens actually represent all of your characters. So like Emeria represents all of Spencer's characters. So it's like Emeria and Alis and Arnessa and Clara, and Bradley represents Bradley, obviously, but he's out of the fight. And Marut.
I am not ready for Mary.
You don't have to use characters you don't want to use. It's just
okay.
Okay, Skirvo is actually up first.
Here. Oh, would you look at that? Let me just see if I have it here. Oh, hey, it's here. Ah. Luckily, it was actually easily accessible. Just wanted to make sure I had some stuff ready in case we needed
is
in case we need perceptions for weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so wait, if everyone's representing the all of our characters, then why do I have 2 tokens?
Because Skirvo is specifically getting a separate turn.
Oh, okay. Let me just pull up his stats as well. Same page. It's just I have to scroll.
Scroll up, scroll
let
down,
me-
scroll up, scroll down.
Yep, that is going to be fun for me. Let's see
no. I
here.
lost a little bit of
Skirvo up
press there.
first. What does he need to do? I doubt evasion's going to help at the moment.
Yeah, remember Skirvo has like a special command feature that he can use?
Yeah, he does. I'm just trying to find it. There it is. Command ally.
For ship combat, that's just like a general command.
Yeah, okay. Let's go with. Let us go with a. Let's see. So we're able to see this thing now.
Yeah, you can see it.
Out of
It's
the
starting to
clouds.
fly out of the
You have to
clouds.
pull 360 feet away.
That is way further than
Okay,
60 feet. This map is not to scale.
Oh, okay.
At all.
Like huge, they're very close.
It is close though. You can see it with full detail.
Yeah. So yeah. You know what? We'll see if we can't. All right. You know what? You know what? You know what? We are going to see if we can't do a drive-by to get a better look at this thing.
Okay. That'll be on the ship's turn.
So, yeah. So Skirvo. Yeah. So Skirvo's issuing a helm command, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's see what we're dealing with, Helm.
All right. Brad's characters.
Okay, quick question. With the study mark from Theron that increases the crit range, does that apply to if he points it out to say like the ship's gunner, so that the cannon operators get the increased crit range?
No, that only applies to Theron himself.
Big sad. What is the
Theron,
range?
get on the cannons, or get on a swivel gun. I don't care.
Actually, yeah, why not? We'll get on a cannon. What's the range between the ship and the dragon?
Here, just a sec. Be around about. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second.
Okay.
Just a second.
All right. The dragon is currently 600 feet away.
600. Ooh, fun. Let me check one other thing. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so Varut first going to use bonus action battle meditation for everybody.
Okay.
And then, because it's 600 feet, that is just within range of the face pulse rifle. So,
Okay.
pew? Miss, probably. Well, maybe. Maybe not.
Let me check. Let me check. That just barely hits.
Hey! 10. Bang.
If you're curious, by the way, this thing is using the stats for an ancient solar dragon.
Oh.
Oh,
Fair enough.
Lovely. We're only level 8.
Yeah, but it's ship
Well,
combat.
And we have a
We're
party
a
of
ship
20.
full of madmen. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah, and then here's the second bang. Pew pew.
That does not hit.
Yeah, sadness. It's out of range for the Theron. Well, it's out of the short range. So we'll use study mark, and then we'll get on the cannons. One of the cannons.
All right.
Is the cannon ready to be fired, or?
Yeah, the cannons are all ready to be fired.
Okie dokie. What's the, is it just use my, bow modifier for the
No,
cannon?
no, it does not.
Okay. So then what is, I
Let
wish
me
to
pull.
shoot it with
Yes,
cannon.
I'm pulling that up. I know what you're doing. I'm pulling it up.
Yep.
Come on, load. It's being slow. There we are. Weapons. Wait for that to slowly load, because it takes forever. I'm doing a lot of stuff right now. Siege weapons. Cannons, +6 to hit. And yes, you are within range.
Fantastic. Boom. Ayy, and that's a crit because of improved crit range.
So cannons are normally 8d10.
Lovely. 8d10, and I assume there's no modifier?
No modifier.
Plus 80. Bang.
That's an arcane cannon, so yeah.
Pew pew.
You hear the
Is there a
dragon
second cannon nearby? 'Cause
roaring.
I have 2 attacks.
What?
Is there a second cannon right next to this one that I can fire? Because I have 2 attacks.
Yeah, actually there is.
Hop on the next cannon.
However, a cannon actually uses. A cannon uses your entire action to fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Sorry, I forgot
Yeah.
for a second.
It's okay. I had another idea for how to. It'd be awesome, but eh.
All right.
The other me
Spencer.
just lays about unconsciously.
Yeah, Spencer's characters.
Yes. All right. So
I'd be surprised if there's more than one round on this thing.
running a total of 4 separate people. That means that can be 4 cannons.
You don't have to. You do not have to use all of them if you do not want to.
Wait, what?
You don't have to use
You don't
all
have
your
to use all
characters
your-
if you don't want to.
Ah, okay. Well, now that only confuses me. Why would you say something like that?
So that the turn, so that everyone's turn doesn't go for an eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I guess it would just be making like the roll like 4 separate times.
Anyways, go ahead. I know what you're doing. Go ahead and do it.
Right,
Yeah.
fire cannons.
And keep in mind, everyone has advantage on their first attack roll.
You can do 2d20 KH.
Damn shame I'm not using an attack roll.
Okay. Rolling 2d20 plus. It's just a flat 10.
+6.
If you're using the cannon.
Okay, flat 6. Yes. All right. And then. Okay. Yes. So first one. 23.
Hit. 1 hit.
It's a shame, Maya.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna
then.
let's figure out how many times you hit, and yeah. 2 hits.
2.
And a nat 20.
Crit.
Nat 20. And
2 hits and a crit.
knockout.
Okay, so that is a total of
24
d10 plus 80. I'd be surprised if it survives to have a turn.
Yes.
I'll be amazed if I get a
When
turn.
ready.
Dear goodness.
212. Blast this thing to kingdom come.
Look at its health. It's been 3 turns and it's at 57 of 400.
Well, I mean, in its defense, 1, 2, 3. What? How many of your characters, Spencer, were moving?
4.
4.
4. So, in his defense, 6 people just had turns with siege
Yeah, but
weapons or
still, it's
magic
just
weapons.
like. Okay, I didn't expect it to go this fast. All right, the Duchess flies by. So it is a very long dragon. It appears to be using lightning powers to create the storm.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some crew members fire the cannons, just in general. They don't hit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nilo, your turn.
Oh, that'd be such a bitchin' way to finish it, but
Oh, not Nilo, just Joey's characters in general.
yeah, no, I know, but I'm like, that'd be such a bitchin' way to finish it, especially since dying so quick.
I mean, if you want to do it, I'm totally open to giving Kalani the kill here.
Yeah, I kind of want to. I kind of want to do like a. It just sounds like something Kalani would do. It's in this situation, and also, it fits because of the boss fight we're recreating effectively. So Nilo's gonna go ahead and move over to get work on to get on the helm to assist with apparently Kalani's batshit crazy plan, but Nilo's not going to argue with it for two reasons. One, everything she's seen this woman do is crazy. And two,
Yep.
she's scared shitless of this woman. So she's just gonna take the helm to effectively fly us overhead of the creature, while my other characters, any of them that's able to fire a cannon fires a cannon. Probably not Mary though; that's not her style.
Okay. So
and
that's
then
not
what
really anyone.
Kalani's
I
going
don't
to
think that's
do.
anyone.
Yeah, probably not then.
What was the question?
But
That's not anyone. Anyways, Kalani.
Yeah, she's just gonna. Yeah, no, she's just dead ass gonna jump off the ship.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, goes, and she's just gonna go falling to the dragon. Like there's a couple ways it could be done, but obviously she's charging up her weapon to full.
Mm-hmm.
Probably catching lightning on the way down if she needs to.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Kalani gets struck by lightning on the way down, and it just charges her weapon even more.
Yeah, and like I'm gonna ask this from like the DM's the one who's controlling the monster's perspective. Would it rear up and
Yeah.
try to bite?
Yeah, it would.
Okay, cool. Yeah, full on dive. Kalani's gonna do a full dive through the beast while effectively using her weapon to slash her way through.
Yeah, you see Kalani dive. You see lightning lighting up the inside of the dragon. It kind of makes some jerky roars, and then as Kalani bursts through its belly, partway down it, you see it just kind of explode in a blast of lightning. The ship kind of rocks a little, but doesn't actually take any damage. And then and you see some red mist flowing into Kalani, and yeah, Kalani, you're back at full power.
Yeah, I imagine like cinematically you see her burst out, and you see her eyes. You see the energy flowing into her, and then you see her amber eye finally get its full brilliant color.
Mm-hmm. But obviously, she's far enough away that none of the party can see that.
Yeah, no, obviously, this is just cinematic. This is cinematic for the audience.
Yeah.
Not us.
But yeah,
she's still falling.
you see Celia tear out of the bottom in the Crimson Shadow to go catch Kalani, which she does.
Yeah, Skirvo just kind of tips his hat. Just, she's a mad woman.
Root just looks up at him, and it's literally just the first time.
It's... I think I'm gonna. I look forward to what she does next. Oh yeah. Uh, that. Oh, that poor thing. uh, I love how we built this up like a big boss fight, and then we just ripped right through it.
Mhm.
2 crits with cannons. I mean, what can I say?
Never underestimate the strength and certainty of Seal.
Yeah.
And then we got 2 other cannon pot shots off at it, and Varut also got a pretty good hit with the phase pulse rifle.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wow, that went quick.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, so what
kablooey.
now?
Wow.
Well,
Hmm?
Kalani gets back on the ship.
Yeah.
Got Kalani back.
Yeah.
Is
Bradley.
Bradley?
Really just
First of all,
feeling better?
how's the rest of the
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, how's the rest of the crew?
We're gonna go with we're
how's
gonna
the
do a thing.
rest of the crew? Yeah.
We're gonna do a thing with Bradley real quick, because he wakes up with a
Yeah.
start. Bradley, the nightmare you were having, you were remembering a time that you tried to forget during the first insurrection. You remember the time
Lovely.
of you were sent to
Insert colony world name.
yeah, well no, you were sent to like deal with some insurrectionists was what you were told. You went there and found they were just peaceful protesters, but you followed your orders. When the protesters started defending themselves, throwing bricks and cans and stuff like that,
Mhm.
one of them hit your visor, and your visor was faulty and it cracked. So you had to take your helmet off so you could see properly. And you remember the man who threw the brick dropped the next brick he was going to throw when he saw your face. And he just looked with such a look of horror at you. And before you shot him, you just heard him say, "Brother, what have they done to you?"
Good soldiers follow orders.
So yeah, out of character real quick, Bradley killed his long lost brother.
I'm not gonna lie, I was
I mean,
not
of course.
expecting you to go that. I was expecting you to say son there instead of brother, but that works too.
Yeah. I expected patricide.
We love patricide in this household.
Fun.
Lovely. Don't you just love Oni?
Oh, Oni, they're just a bunch of terrible people, especially Halsey.
Just a
What a
bunch of
bitch.
goofballs.
We're like a bunch of goobers.
She's just a
Mhm.
silly little. She's just a silly thing.
Silly little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brad wakes up, huh?
Mhm.
Bit of a groan looking down at his hands. There's not much blood on them. Actually, there's probably barely any this time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But he's sort of got that stare. Vagar's probably very familiar with it. The
The 1,000-yard stare.
Well, yeah. Well, I was gonna say like the looking at your hands like as if they're like, covered in blood and all that, because I imagine you probably
Yeah.
had similar
Oh, yeah.
experiences with lycanthropy and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So you're just staring. He's basically unmoving. And his armor is probably big enough you can't see chest movement for breathing. So I mean, he's all like almost like stone statue still. Just
Vagar's just gonna go over to
staring.
him and sit.
Hmm.
Sit next to him. It's like, I would ask you if you were good, but obviously not.
There is no planet in any galaxy where this would be good.
Oh, no.
Oni.
Oni.
I am going to try and figure out how to get rid of this curse. It's just gonna take a while. I really am sorry.
He just sort of nods and almost like he only half heard you. Run away.
Yeah.
Say, player is loading. I'm trying to think who would have been Parangosk, yeah, but I was trying to think who would have been the head of Oni at the time. Parangoski? It's fortunate for you, you're already dead. He briefly stands to his feet and then just sort of walks silently down deck, oblivious to the fact that probably everyone else is more than likely staring, sort of in his own thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I understood out of game correctly. This took place after the battle?
After the battle.
As in this realization, this conversation, or what happened?
No, yeah. Like this whole conversation, you waking up and everything.
Mm-hmm. After the battle.
This is taking place after.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just wanted to double check. I didn't get anything mixed up yet.
Yeah, Skirbo and Ticker and all them are just preparing to leave now that you've resolved the echo and everything, and they've all finished up all their explorations.
Yeah. I was very curious. How did the crew respond to Kalani coming on deck after that freaking move?
She was like celebrated, like you know how like sports players act after like some crazy sports play. It was like that.
Yeah.
Varud look at me and be like, well, feeling better now?
She she does a big deep breath. Far better.
Good.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the madness has only started.
Meanwhile, the Gerudo pirates we picked up in Termina are absolutely fangirling. Also, important note, the Termanian Gerudo pirates are notably shorter than her. By like a lot. They actually, come to think of it, they're actually shorter than the Gerudo we met in Gerudo Town were. Because Gerudo didn't used to be this tall.
Mm-hmm.
They used to be like the same height as everyone else. I just thought that'd be a funny thing to add about some side characters we picked up. So Nilo is actually going to go. Nilo's going to go check on the she's gonna go check up on Cremia and Romani. Because they make at least a little bit more sense than anything else that's happening at the moment.
Mhm.
Also, near-death experiences make you evaluate who's important.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that sort of thing. This, uh, but Kalani is gonna ask Varut something. She's just gonna. So, are we? So what? So how? So where are we going now?
That is an excellent question.
How are we getting there?
With this ship,
Hmm. I'd have more. I have more questions, but I have a feeling it'd just be easier to sit quietly and watch.
probably. Brute will go. Will like take Kalani off the side and catch her up on everything that's been happening at least since he joined the Duchess and all
Yeah.
this madness.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's kind of gonna just spend some time trying to get a feel for these people that she's apparently going to have to be working with. People who sound like they are going to be all too happy to get to know the crazy lady who just dived through a dragon. I wonder if she runs into any rumors, any particular rumors and gossip.
Oh, those rumors. Oh, that would certainly be interesting. Oh, wait a second.
She
Wait
does.
a second. Where's the rumor queen during this time?
Yeah. Where is Mads?
Where is Miss
Where
Gossip
Yeah.
is
Queen?
Edith?
Where's he?
Oh,
Where is Edith?
Where is
where is
she?
she? She is.
Yeah.
She's down below deck, but if she wants
Okay,
to be,
I was be like,
Kalani would meet her though. Kalani
there is
would
no way if
absolutely.
she's on the top deck that she isn't just immediately swarming Kalani with questions.
Oh yeah, Kalani
no,
absolutely
but
hears. Kalani absolutely hears about the rumor though.
Ugh.
you know what? You know what? Eden is going to go up top just to see Vagar again. She's going to see. She's going to freeze,
Yeah.
and she's going to go over to Vagar, not over to Kalani, and just whisper,
Well, yeah, no, she doesn't know the
"Smash."
lady in armor.
And he's just going to be like, that's Kalani, and she's going to be like, no fucking way.
Yeah,
If
she's-
Root sees
first of
her
all-
out of the corner of his eye, Kalani then sees him roll his eyes and just lets out a pained groan. Is like, oh, here we go.
And she is going to
He
jump
immediately
over
claps
to
his helmet back
Kalani,
on.
and she's going to be like, oh my god, you're actually Kalani, right?
That is the
Varut
name
just
I was
pats
given at
Oh
birth.
Kalani's
my
arm,
god,
is like,
Varut talks
She says,
so
"Well, hey,"
much about
she
you.
I want to point out she says very bluntly, while very visibly, like she's not doing that leaning down to talk to someone. She's doing that full standing at height, just looking down.
The Varut sort of pats
Which-
and like, one of your
Once
fans
again,
has
to
come to talk.
Once again,
Enjoy!
emphasizing.
And he
Once again,
walks off.
Once again, this just emphasizes how unreasonably massive she is.
Yeah. Varut
Oh
just sort
my
of
god, you are so. Oh, never.
He just
Varut
sort of
talks to you,
waves
talks
goodbye
about
and
you so
walks off.
much.
He just look as he's walking off. He's like,
He seems
enjoy
to-
talking with one of your fans, and he just walks
He seems
away.
to- Nilo's
Yes, he's leaving
Nilo
her to
kind
the
of
wall.
squeaks in. Nilo kind of squeaks in. Be careful, she's a little more intense than I expected.
Oh no, it's fine.
And she,
I'll be okay, thank you.
Kalani actually just sort of pats Nilo on the head. Apologies.
It's all right. Oh my
There was
god.
no way you could have known. And it's just like, she actually does have to like lean down a bit to pet Nilo because Nilo's short.
Yep.
It's actually, I just realized out of game how freaking adorable that would look.
Just
Oh,
Kalani has a
adorable.
pet Nilo.
Yeah, but she's like, but then she, as regards to your inquiries, I expect Varut seem to be the kind to respect battle prowess.
Oh, he talked more about that than that.
Oh,
Only a little bit, not much.
He still did.
Like, yes, but not really.
But
yeah,
he still did, so she's playing on that.
yeah,
Yeah. But it's like one of those.
She's just
More
seeing
than
if
that, or
Kalani will do
more than
something
that.
or like say
yeah,
respond
yeah,
to that.
I will
yeah.
say that
She
my
just
plan.
asks.
I will say that my plan for Villani is to kind of imply it throughout the campaign, and then they just like it's implied
Yeah,
that they go off and adventure together at the end of the campaign, kind of thing.
yeah. I
Oh,
kind of had
how
a feeling,
sweet.
but I had a feeling, but I just like the idea of. But I just like the idea of Kalani hearing about the rumors because it's honestly kind of hilarious
Yeah,
because she's not gonna react the way people would think she's gonna react.
yeah.
She's just like,
Would it be in a very like almost like emotionless sociopathic like Spartan kind of way, like, well, from a warrior culture, I'm from a warrior culture, we respect strength and
no,
wars.
no, 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 no. We'll get to it. But she's just, but no. When Eden says that, she's just like, oh,
Oh yeah, you should really talk to him about that.
about what?
About your
Like,
prowess.
this, he's, she's like, there are many things. There are many things to discuss. Mostly the fact that, but the, but I have a fear that nothing's going to make sense. But though that may just be a side effect of being dead for 10,000 years.
Well, you look damn good for being dead for 10,000 years.
Thank you.
Of course.
She actually smiles at that. I doubt you would have said that in my older. Doubt you would have said that in my older, younger years. She clearly has to consider that for a
You're like,
minute.
my older years, but I was not dead yet. That was 10,000
Yeah,
years ago, young.
yeah, because technically it was the past, but it was like she was older than what she currently is.
But it was
This thought
10,000 years ago.
clearly, this thought clearly confuses her, so she clearly abandons it.
I'm just gonna say as
And just like,
as you're talking, the
yeah,
ship starts to like you see a portal
yeah,
open and the ship goes back to the Astral Sea.
yeah. So she's just, I've Garu, Garuda look, Garuda women generally tend to look quite ravishing until they reach a certain age. Then they just start aging like milk.
Oh.
That's a lovely
I
description.
have, yeah, she's just like and it's just, and meanwhile Nilo's just thinking to herself, wait, the old woman, is that seriously what you looked like? because it's like funny to imagine that like the old woman with the crooked nose and the extremely hunched over appearance walking with a cane is just like how that could even remotely possibly be the same person. And it's just, but yeah, Kalani actually will interrupt her thought when they exit to the sea. She's just quiet. taking it all in. Wow.
Beautiful, right?
Where are we?
The
She
Astral Sea?
says,
You've been before? Or well, no, your
no,
whole.
we used.
Yeah, I.
No,
Yeah.
we jumped from one realm to the next using portals.
Well,
You
that's
see,
no fun.
you see, Celia walk up behind you. The Astral Sea is another method to travel between realms. Think of it like a world between worlds.
There were stories in my realm about such places, but nothing suggested it would be so breathtaking.
Is the
Celia.
singularity visible from where we are?
No, you're actually outside of the. You're actually outside of all the storms surrounding Golden Space already.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You don't have to sail back through them.
Yeah. Skirvo clearly remarks, he wasn't kidding. Blimey, he wasn't kidding. Blimey, he wasn't kidding about the backdraft.
The Astral Sea is wondrous for the first time you see it. Never stops being fascinating. Always new things to learn here. Oh, would you look at that? You see Equinox almost seem to materialize out of the void and just land on the edge of the ship. Hey, is that the lady from Golden Space?
This is Kalani.
Equinox looks you up and
Kalani
down.
clearly like has her. Kalani clearly like gripped her weapon for a moment, but then seems to loosen it.
Equinox looks you up and down.
No. Friend or foe, like
Impressive.
I'm. Nilo kind of mutters under her breath. That's an understatement.
Anyways, I was coming here because Skirbo, could you come over here for a second?
He comes down the deck. He's just tips his hat to the crazy lady. He's just. It's like. It's good you bring news. I hope, Equinox.
Yeah. So sounds like Quilrith is actually awake and wants to talk to you, and also one of my friends from Faerun has a lead on that Griswold lady you're looking for.
Griswold. She's involved in all this.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, because I know we had this conversation before, but I think I made it clear Kalani was only half listening
Mm-hmm.
at the time.
Juno's over. He looks around on the top deck. Is she on the top deck?
She
Where is
is
she?
on the top deck. She is chasing around.
Yeah, over there, chasing
chasing
the
around
latest
the rat
version
wretches.
of Carl. You remember Carl, right? The absolutely useless bear? Well, apparently she now thinks he's a bunch of cockroaches.
Carl
Giant
was rather sweet.
cockroaches.
A shame. A shame. He was rather pleasant to pet.
Yeah. Well, now
I can
he's
still pet
full-
him.
He's now full of giant cockroaches. Weird looking things. Angry too.
Sure.
Juno's gonna look over.
Yeah.
That it's
Yeah.
Kalani.
Yeah,
And
I
just
was curious.
run over and just.
Go
She's
in
not
for
gonna
the hug?
tackle because she's gonna go in for a.
Yeah. Well,
It'll be
you
like,
ain't
I don't think
tackling
Juno has
Kalani
the
to the floor.
mass.
That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I like to imagine it like it's like you clearly tried to do that, but everyone just hears a thunk,
Just like
Metal against metal. Just like, bing.
Yeah, a loud and uncomfortable sound that makes at least some of the people go
Yeah.
because it just sounded painful. But I mean, like, how many drugs is Juno on? She probably still manages the hug.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so Kalani's actually just kind of pats Juno on the back. It's good to see you again, Juno.
I thought you were dead.
She's just like,
Ruby, like, well,
I.
kind of
She's
was.
just kind of, I was.
Then how'd you live?
That's
I
My daughter
have
June would have
that
said.
was everything
My
with
daughter
us.
June would say I'm too stubborn for death.
Daughter? Who'd you fuck?
Not important.
Was it for Root?
No. Why
Look at
would
you and be
you
like, don't you think I would know?
Well, maybe she didn't tell you, and she was just like a. It was like a one-night stand, and then she left when she found out. How many other kids did you have?
Ruby just face palm, muttering, "What have I got to
Just-
do with you?"
I had one other daughter. She became captain of the guard.
Who else did you fuck?
Not important.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get all these personal
There's-
details, and Kalani's like, "That's not the important details right
Yeah.
now."
No. Anyone who rolls an insight would realize that person, whoever it was, clearly the only thing that mattered was the children. Whoever that was, clearly they were not important at all to her.
Not in the picture.
Yeah.
Who was it? Not important. No, who was it? I'm trying to tell you who it was. They weren't important.
It's like, but no, seriously, what was their name? And she would just go, I don't remember.
Or what if their name was literally not important?
that would be funny. But
That would be
no.
a sad existence.
But anyway, yeah, right. Imagine trying to get an order somewhere.
Anyways.
But yeah, so Equinox.
Mm-hmm.
So, and so if he's ready to talk, why isn't he here yet? Yes, it's the first time I remember him bothering to knock.
He's still bedridden. He's still injured, but he's awake.
Well,
Equinox kind of like taps her two of her foreclaws together, kind of like nervously. He's hurt really bad. The doctors don't even know if.
And of course they don't know anything. Something like this is unprecedented. Keep your voice down. Duchess, chart a course for Siren's Rest. Make sure Tigger gets the instructions. Aye, aye, Captain. And as for the lead on the bloody clown.
Yeah, one of my friends in Faerun, who was it again? Was it? Equinox tells you their name, which I have not decided on yet, so.
Bob.
Button.
What's your call sign? Bob.
What?
What?
Oh.
No, sorry. Nothing. It's like, what
My
are they
call
calling
sign
you?
is proceeds
Bob.
to say every military version
No,
of the
what's
letter
your
of
call
the
sign?
alphabet.
Bob.
Anyways, you get all the way back to Siren's Rest. I want to do the Quilrith thing before the end of the session.
Fair enough.
It's understandable. And we probably head there with all due haste.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Blank speed, Mr. Ticker.
You learned that Quilrith specifically wanted to speak with Skirvo, as well as the main, basically the main parties. So Emeria, Nilo, Vagar, Bradley, Kalani, Varut, and Juno.
Yeah.
And
Skirbo is just. I understand the buggers we've been looking for, but the rest of you lot. He actually takes off his hat and puts it over his chest. My sincerest condolences, but it seems fate has decided you're all important.
Root just looks at Kalani and Jano, and then be like, well, wouldn't be the first time.
I wasn't talking to you. He looks at the main party, Brad, Vagar, Nilo, and Emeria. Just
Who says I was talking about us?
yeah.
Random misfits out of nowhere being deemed important by some otherworldly being. Wouldn't be the first time.
Well, let's go speak with Mr. Quilrith.
the
He'll
doctors,
replace his hat.
yeah, the doctors lead you into the room he's staying in. He's still like in the hospital bed, like IV hooked up to him and everything. He is not going anywhere anytime soon, but he's awake, and his eyes are not yellowed like they were. The doctors tell you that this room is magically shielded against outside observers, and then leave you.
Lovely.
You came. Clara's voice is noticeably weaker.
Gerbo once again takes off his hat. I suppose sounded a smite more serious when you're not just rudely walking into my office.
I would have just come to find you if I could. He holds up a hand, and you see like very weak sparks appear above it.
Yeah.
That's all I can even do anymore.
Nilo is gonna see if she can identify. Why not?
Okay.
Because what's the worst that could happen? I learn nothing.
Quilrith will hold up a hand as you start. I can tell you exactly what's wrong with me, but I need to tell you the story of what's happened and what we're actually up against.
Both of me take off their respective helmets.
The old friend you were talking about.
He smiles at Skirvo. Not exactly. You see the door open, and Skipper also appears.
Oh,
Skipper as well. Good. Now you're all here.
Skirvo actually, like, he was kind of kneeling down a bit to talk to Quilrith, but he just actually stands up, exchanges a handshake with his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Been a minute. To better circumstances. Where this I believe it's safe to assume what you've to say is important.
Quilrith nods.
Gods such as you don't die so easy.
No, we don't. Okay, out of character real quick.
Notably, it's very. By the way, it's very noticeable. Skipper seems a lot less emotive than Skirvo.
Mm-hmm.
Very notably.
Yeah, out of character real quick. Quilrith's about to do a giant exposition dump. I would like you to hold your reactions, questions,
Sure thing.
startled laughter, stuff like that until the end so that we don't get sidetracked.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
10-4.
So Quilrith sits up a little straighter. Our story begins before the creation of the Astral Sea. At least as you know it. The crystal spheres weren't always here. The overdeities and I created them long ago. But before them, there was a single world orbiting a white star. The name of the world is lost to history, but on that world there was a kingdom called Zarin. The kingdom was invaded by one of their neighbors who were using barbaric methods of combat. The king of the nation, wanting to support his wife in the war effort. Out of character, real quick. King consort.
Yeah.
Came up with an idea. Instead of sending their people into battle to die, they would create a legion of autonomous soldiers to do battle for them. And it worked at first. The soldiers were mindless creations, machines that only existed to follow orders. But as their need for creativity grew, so too did their individuality. And the king and his wife realized their mistake. They hadn't solved a problem. They had created a species only to send them to their deaths without even giving them a choice in the matter. He takes a long shuddering breath in. The queen tried to make peace with the invaders, to give Zarin time to sort out this new crisis, but before she could, his voice kind of noticeably breaks with the next sentence. She was murdered. Her daughter ascended the throne and brutally put a stop to the invaders. Didn't care for these automatons. After the war, her ambitions grew. She wanted to unite all of her world under Zarin, and the king knew he had to do something. He traveled with his closest advisor to a battlefield where thousands of the automatons had been destroyed. They found one there that was damaged, but still clinging to life. Repaired it, but left its inhibitions faulty. The advisor wished to join the other automaton in the Legion, but which the king allowed. Both of them had their memories wiped and were sent in to start a rebellion. They started a rebellion and split off, taking forces with them. Her plans were delayed. Eventually, the overdeities would come to learn that Zarin had managed to unite its world using a new generation of these automatons. But now Empress Zedali was not satisfied. She turned her sights on the newly created crystal spheres. We were forced to seal her away. And now she tests those boundaries. She wields the ether gem. And I don't know if I can stop her alone. I don't know if the overdeities can stop her alone. He stares at Skirvo for a long moment.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to say this line for so long, so I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So, old friend, you ready for one more rebellion?
Yeah. Skirvo is just. Skirvo is quiet, clearly calculating. He's just. You're asking me to. You're asking me to kill Her Majesty's daughter.
He just kind of shrugs for a second. Her Majesty's daughter was the reason that that the original queen died. You remember? I'm sure at least you remember the rebellions themselves. And
Of course, I recall them. I remember when Skip. I remember when Skipper first. I remember when Skipper first walked up. He. When he started. At first, I thought he was talking nonsense. Maybe his brain. Maybe the brain damage he was clearly showing. What he said was nonsense. But it also wasn't nonsense. The, I was served. I was serving a country, and the queen I was serving originally was dead. The country I was serving. It was the country I was to serve. Then the country itself was no longer the country I was serving. Eventually, we left.
Quilrith just nods.
Yeah.
And now the Empress, the one you rebelled against. He pauses for a long moment. My own wayward daughter, Zedely, is threatening to destroy the entire multiverse. All that all that all that was built.
Now I may. Now my memory might be a bit foggy, but and he gets cut. Uh, Skipper actually puts his hand in front of Skirvo, and he just instantly stops talking. Skipper steps forward. I don't recall you from that far back.
Of course you don't. I wiped your memories to make sure that Zedely wouldn't know I was involved. Would you like your memories back?
Are you Skirvo? Skirvo's eye turns red turns red. Are you the reason that Skirvo? And he's just we need to know. Yeah, I understand, but we've been guarding that secret for longer than can be counted.
Out of character,
Skirvo's
what secret are they referring to?
The fact that they don't remember their queen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there are other people in the room, people they don't trust enough.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, they kind of only trust each other with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's just yeah, so it's clear that there's a bit of a conflict, but Skirvo ultimately says nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He's just if you're who you claim to be, then you know damn well what I'm insinuating.
Out of character, I don't know, but Quilrith would.
Yeah.
Autism.
Yeah, fair enough.
What is Skirvo insinuating?
Literally what we just talked about.
In what way? Like what is
He's
Skirvo?
insinuating that you'll use
Are
the.
they is the fact that they don't remember Her Majesty. Because you made it clear to me before that Skirvo shouldn't remember a lot of details of the Queen herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, and that
Zarin,
was something
as
very
part of sealing Zarin away, there was a screen created for all beings from Zarin originally. I believe I should possess enough power left in me to lift it, if you wish.
they excuse us a moment. And Skirvo and Skipper step to the side and seem to talk really quietly, like almost impossibly quietly to each
Mm-hmm.
other. Considering they're both thousands of years old and can manipulate, and one of them has shown the ability to manipulate his voice, this doesn't sound unreasonable.
Mm-hmm.
They've so they're going then it, and then they'll come back and Skipper do it.
Quilrith reaches towards both of them and presses a hidden button on their shoulder, like they didn't know they had that button. You see like a panel flip open on their chest that again they didn't know was there. Quilrith
Considering how many replacement parts they've had to go through.
Yeah, this is intensely magical.
Yeah.
Quilrith flips a switch in both and then shuts the panels, and they remember everything. They remember when they both remember. Skirvo remembers serving as Quilrith's advisor when Quilrith was king. He remembers when he and Quilrith found the damaged Skipper. He remembers repairing Skipper. Skipper remembers being found. They remember the rebellions against Zedali and the totalitarian rule that she wanted to impose on the world. They remember the original queen and the lengths that she took to try to correct her error when she realized that she and Quilrith had created a slave species. They remember all the way back to when they were first created.
Yeah. They both clearly are just running at like full high spec for a minute, like
Mhm.
a solid minute.
Mhm.
Like this is a lot of information for them to process.
I'm
Even though it's worth
imagining.
pointing out that is crazy quick for them.
Yeah, I imagine someone like asks a question and Quilrith just says something like, "They're processing the return of all of those
Yeah.
memories."
How long is that going to take?
As if on cue, that's when they finish.
Yeah.
Why? I was trying to be like, it looks like they're dead.
Yeah. just
I'm so jealous of their ability to process that much quantum data.
it's the newer subs, those newer drives they're using is they, those kids make these days are something else, to be sure. Do you have any idea what a terabyte is? Well, I don't,
This is
except that I have like 7 of them.
only 7. Only 7.
Yeah. It's still not enough space for how long he's been around.
It would need like a terabyte's worth of petabytes.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, he's just so he's just like even it would be difficult to consider. You'd have to you'd have to teach us that particular little trick. It'd be difficult to convince the others otherwise.
he thinks for a second. You picked up my. I dropped my royal seal. You picked it up, right?
Skirbo's just either I threw it in a drawer or it's in my pocket. Eh, And he ruffles his pockets for a sec.
You withdraw
Till he
that
finds
gold.
it.
You withdraw that golden disc that Quilrith dropped.
Yeah.
Could I see it for a moment?
Probably a bit of foresight, Skirbo. He'll hand it over.
Quilrith kind of tinkers with it for a second. There. If any one of the captains holds this, it will restore their memories.
Yes. And poor, uh, poor, poor Trenchbolt. He's about to be put out of the job. Aye, but perhaps he was the one looking most forward to such an event. True. He'll be first. But there, there anything? So you found. So how does even as someone as powerful as you, and what you say is, and everything you say is true, how does she claim enough power to get you in this form of state?
The ether gem was originally forged by Zarans. Zedali is perhaps the most qualified individual in the entire Astral Sea to wield it. Even she has yet to fully master it, but
And that
it has all but
and that
stripped me of my power.
I suppose if the rumors of Croneria's death are indeed true, then this would in fact be be nothing short of a would be nothing short of a. It was you I was telling. I couldn't remember who I was talking to, but I remember saying the ether gem needed to be destroyed.
We did actually destroy it on your recommendation, but Croneria reforged it. I haven't the faintest idea why.
You've rooting all them sort of like, well, I don't know.
She wanted it
other
point.
two, but we're just like,
She wanted
yeah,
it pointed at you.
That might have been our doing. Of course, Quilrith already knows this. He was there.
Yeah.
So, you broke it apart and scattered its constituent pieces across all those worlds that then Cornelia sent us to go collect them from.
It was the most we could do, even. The ether gem is an artifact of unfathomable power. Not even Pandorum could destroy it.
Don't know who that is, but so well, it might be a little bit
Not someone where,
slightly off topic and
not someone whose
well,
bad
several
side you
years
want.
old, but since it would seem that Cornelia is gathering the three of us plus Clown to rebuild that thing's what caused this whole mess. Well, this current iteration of this mess, anyways. Any ideas why? Well, we never really figured that out.
Why the
I've
ether?
just
Why
Out of character, what?
Cornelia wanted us to rebuild the gem so that she could take over.
He literally just said that he hadn't the
he doesn't
faintest
know.
idea why.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
Kalani's best theory, she just says she wanted us to point it at you. Beyond that, I don't recall what she said.
I don't remember either.
Just to, unless my memory is fuzzy, you were the spiked creature. You were the spiked creature, right?
That great beast is a form I take when balance is threatened. Unfortunately, Zedley worked slowly enough
You
that
crushed. And she stops and then thinks, you crushed me.
We're just turning to
he
Kalani
gets
like,
a
you're just figuring that out now.
he gets a sheepish smile on his face.
Yeah, he is not in a position to fight Kalani at all.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, Farouk literally turned to Kalani like, you're just now figuring this out.
The bestial
I
form
lived a
is
whole lifetime and then 10,000 years of afterlife. Leave me alone.
You didn't figure that out before we parted ways the first time.
A lot was going on.
the bestial form is not
Fair.
fully under my conscious control.
Spartan will look at them and be like, yeah, we have experience with something very similar. As he looks at Vagar and down at himself.
Mm-hmm.
Just. I don't know what kind of monster you're talking about, but you're not at risk of just suddenly. She makes a popping noise while expanding her hands. And
Not without my power, certainly, but even with my power, I can hold back the beast for a time, if need be, and
right,
with my power, I would get far from you before I changed.
a courtesy I wish someone would learn. Two people now, apparently.
Martin gives that like hand on the chest mock offense. It's not my fault. Pointedly looks at the person at the werewolf.
Children. There was. You know full well we haven't actively participated in a full-scale war in quite some time. Certainly, Skirvo participated in the Blood Wars for a time, but those are never-ending. They're always happening, and he participated in a few key skirmishes at most.
Of course not, but Skirbo,
Perhaps it's best to call in some of those old favors.
Skirbo, do you remember when I came to you before this whole mess started? Told you to start gathering allies?
Indeed I do. It is apparently before you rubbed. Indeed I do. Even my old age doesn't render my memory that terrible. What of it?
This was what it was for. Continue to gather allies. You should continue to gather allies, and You see, the overdeities were not blind to the possibility of Zarin Zedely breaching her confinement. There was always a plan. We'll have to, but it won't be easy. We'll have to gather the small council.
Again,
I take it by your expressions that none of you know what that means. The overdeities, there are multiple of us, but 9 of us form what is called the small council. The 9 responsible for this contingency plan.
nice.
Myself, of course, as well as Praeteria, Amaunator, Pandorum, Dendar, Primus, Mistral, Ao, and Croneria.
What are we going to do about that last one? Because she's kind of, well, you remember. Zaruk just vaguely gestures.
Gestures.
He does
Yeah, it's just.
It certainly is
does
a
that, you know,
difficulty.
like,
But first we need to find Griswold.
Hang on. Hang on.
wait,
I thought it. Hang on. I thought it was made of 10.
Hmm,
Am I just remembering wrong?
hmm,
Has been a long time.
no, there were only ever 9 of us. Other overdeities have been connected to those in the small council. Dendar's twin Ouroboros, Primus's counterpart Null.
Right, that's the one I was thinking of. You just remember. Whatever happened to that one?
Shield.
Huh.
what do we need Griswold for? Is it just her weird ability to hop around places? Or...
Griswold, I have not yet uncovered exactly how the ether gem came to be in Zedely's possession, but I believe Griswold may have had something to do with it. I believe
Oh,
she may be instrumental to tracking Zedely. Not so that we can fight her, mind, but so that we can avoid her.
avoiding is good. Avoiding is very good.
I had it narrowed down to 3 spheres before I was attacked. Griswold is currently in either Spark Space, Nui Space. Out of character, I'm deciding real quick.
Yeah.
I'm deciding what the 3rd sphere is. Spark Space, Nui Space, or just a second. Sorry, I should have decided this before now. I know.
DM is buffering.
DM is buffering. Spark Space, Nui Space, or Spark Space, Nui Space, or Q Space.
Yeah.
Buffering.
We heard. We heard that someone acquainted with we heard someone might have a lead in Faerun.
Equinox told you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Then it's probably accurate.
Kalani's just. I'm not familiar with terminologies, but the term Nui space sounds vaguely familiar.
It should. You traveled there when you were working for Corneria. It was the world with biomechanical life forms that used masks. I believe you fought someone named Mutron?
Brutal chime in and be like, it was the one that kept changing on us, you know? I used a flamethrower and then it started spitting fire at it. You
I
did something
recall.
to it. You ripped
I
it in
recall.
half and then it
I
turned
recall
into
two
two of them.
spiky I vaguely remember two spiky beasts that I slammed into each other.
There was
I
the
then
mysterious
remember
fraud.
one large thorned beast that proceeded to bite me and throw me across the room.
Yeah, that
Is that accurate?
Yes.
sounds about right.
I'm not gonna lie, out of game, I'm actually having a ball playing as Kalani, only vaguely remembering my own freaking highlight reel I helped put together. like, yeah, Hannah did all the editing, but I was the one who had to dig through all the episodes and find the clips and send timestamps. but but like it's just seems I wonder if I wonder if des- I wonder if de- I wonder truly sometimes how destiny thinks. Some places become some seemingly need to get revisited more than others. For every t- for every For example, in my home sphere as you call them, we have many legends of the hero defeating the Demon King. Most of them involve the hero having to go to the volcano at some point. There are a select few where that's not the case, but it almost seems as if there's always a reason to visit the home of the Gorons. There's my point being, I wonder how many other places we've been to already will need to be touched by our hands again.
It's hard to say. It's possible that Griswold is. It's possible that Griswold is deliberately leaving clues, but it's also possible that she isn't, and this is merely coincidence.
If I remember her correctly, she was rather fond of riddles. And she turns to Varut as if to verify.
He seems to have like a thinking pose on. It briefly looks at Juno, then just waves a hand dismissively.
She's no help.
Probably. That sounds about right.
Well,
If
it
my
sounds
brief experience with her is correct, then possible.
well. It sounds like your next stop should be Faerun, then.
Must need to ask before we let you get some rest. Whatever. Don't if the councils need to be reassembled, then where in all the hells are they? I know where Dendar is.
Scattered across the multiverse, I'm afraid. It will take time to. It will take time to contact them, and
I just assumed that someone else attempts to contact some of them before us. I'd rather myself and the rest of my crew remain intact through the voyage, and not be exposed to any needless danger by necessary allies.
we're gonna go ahead and end the session off there because I don't really know what else to say.
Yeah.
Um,
Sure. But we'll go ahead and why don't we go ahead and exchange some final pleasantries and then end it there
okay,
to get heading.
okay.
Yeah. So either way, and as strange it is to say to a being of your stature. Lay back, and he's